Maze. Rocky, I want to see you.
I really don't think they flew 90 billion light years to start a fight.
Sunset chill days so long gone. Can't bring them back, no magic wand. Counting white cotton clouds, painted on the blue sky's shroud. And yet somehow that way it's baked with eternal hopeful flair. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice creams, yeah. Can't wait to be a free days of you and me.
I'm failing! I'm failing!
I just can't wait for free days of you and me.
He's been cited by Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, Benny Johnson, Timcast, Dr. Jordan Peterson, and even the U.S. government.
But soon they'll wake up to see the summer sizzle in me.
We're doomed to this never end.
Dire wolves back and so are you.
Oh yeah,
Belvedere flying over the moon.
oh yeah.
And everyone's singing just the right tune. Maestro blasting on the jazz flute.
We are all participating in mandatory fun activities.
Jelly bean bonus, every flavor in the bag. Super movie star, but first gotta join SAG.
Keep our eyes open.
Wonder Ken, super friend, where are you? Get a search warrant for the near clear blue.
It's scooping time.
And can't you believe that? We've been waiting on you, can't you see that? Put away the bad things they said to you.
You are a sad, strange little man. Have my
After all, just have to call and say you're some kind of
Because you are the special.
epic. Epic, yeah, that's what you do. I'm talking about epic, it's all you know how to do.
You wake up blue to
Epic, it's on repeat for you. Oh, epic. Epic.
Hear ye, come on, come on, to the never stopping daily strife, and it's called simpler times, they beckon so, floating on the water with no phone. Can we get away now, find a way now, somehow step out of this stream into a dream of slow it down. Jay says that he remembers a place before the never, ever, ever river severed our tranquility. Counting cars by Highway 30, sitting in the porch swing, guessing colors so poorly. Yeah. Is the next one a blue or red one? Maybe silver, maybe gray. What a way to spend a day.
Ladies and
and gentlemen, it's the WDW Pro Show! Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Whoop, whoop, indeed. Lauren, switch places with me. And, folks, welcome to the Pro Channel. Welcome to the Pro Show. It's going to be a happy hump day. And look at these guys over there. That's the one thing that I got to get used to, point the wrong way. But, hey, Lauren, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Having a great day. Culture, you look good.
Yeah. No, thank you. I feel good.
Welcome very much.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I see a super chat that is not a super chat that is on the screen. Do you see it as well?
I see it.
Yes, we do.
Angel Hickson, 466 says, fight. Everybody was fake whiz fighting his magic and shoots lightning.
Yeah, that's
wand.
That's to a
Let me try again.
song.
Everybody was fake whiz fighting. His magic wand shoots lightning.
There you go.
Hey, Culture?
Yeah.
I can't deny the 400 plus people out there what they want.
What do they want?
I know why you have come, real-life fake wizard. You are here to reclaim your family's land. Let us fight.
What is this madness? You shall not pass! All enticing, real fake wizard, bring the lightning! You thought thumbnails were amazing, but you didn't think he could bring down the big boss in low budget Tammo Hood. He's a matcha man. We got your hands. Roundhouse kick will do the trick. Hit you with the Gandalf stick. Let's get to real life fake whiz fighting. Let's get to eye gouging and biting. There's no dignity in loss, so kick them in the jaws. Let's get to real life fake whiz fighting. Let's get to clawing and conspiring. YouTube is just for kicks. He's in the dojo, he don't miss.
Here, taste my wrath!
Let's get to real life fake whiz fighting. Let's get to eye gouging and biting. There's no dignity in loss, so kick them in the jaws. Let's get to real life fake whiz fighting. Let's get to clawing and conspiring. YouTube is just for kicks. He's in the dojo, he don't miss. Let's get to real life fake whiz fighting. Let's get to clawing and conspiring. YouTube is just for kicks. He's in the dojo, he don't miss. Let's get to real life fake whiz fighting. Let's get to real life. Let's get to real life fake whiz fighting.
You win. I know.
Well, hello there, Wiz.
What an introduction, man.
What an intro. What an intro. Way to go. You showed up just in time.
Wow.
Wiz, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. Happy to be here. We just had a stream over on my channel. It was very fun. Good stuff.
Congratulations. I hear the when the super chats are big, it's a great time over there.
It is, yes.
Patrick Anaway says, next fake whiz song, Macho Man, to the tune of Macho Man. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Sephiroth noticed we fixed it up. Yeah, we finally got our tokens back. How about that? All right, well, folks, let's get to the super chats. But before we do, Wiz, we've got an announcement to make, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow. Let's switch on over to this setup so we can do the announcement like we want to. Folks, we are going to be appearing live, and I will be with the Wiz, and you all can see just what a huge YouTube presence he is. He thought I was going to mention his height, but no, folks. Take a look at this. We will be at Southeast Game Exchange this July. Join us, Greenville, South Carolina, the first of many future events. And Wiz, thank you for helping this one come true. Folks, if you would like to join us, we would love to have you hop in, and we'll be showing off a brand new game that I've been working on. The members out there of the channel have had early access to it, and we're about to make it be an open beta so that everybody can play and get a chance to try it out. Wiz, why don't you walk us through what this is exactly? And Culture, I apologize. I don't want to hide you down there, but I have to get Wiz where he can speak. Actually, Lauren, will you drop to the bottom for a minute?
Sure, absolutely.
There we go. Okay, Lauren, Culture, do you feel better?
Lauren in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I'm often covered. It doesn't bother me.
I'm glad that sometimes you are covered. All right, Wiz, cover us on this one. What is Southeast Game Exchange, and what's going on here?
All right, so this is really exciting. Firstly, the Southeast Game Exchange, massive gaming convention. It's a massive gaming event. I'll consider it kind of a gaming museum in a way, because there's going to be just so many things from video game history that are going to be there either for you to see or for sale. There's friends to be made at this event. There's a lot happening already. Like right on the surface, you've got 3 days worth of activity. Then I have been working with the good people over there. We've been building this show of what are we going to be doing there? What we're bringing some new things in this time around, and we're actually going to be putting on what we're calling the indie game circuit, where you're going to be able to walk through. There's going to be a whole bunch of tables there with indie developers that have developed their own games, and you're going to be able to just walk through and play and demo all of these new and exciting games. And then on Saturday night, we're going to be giving out a couple awards to them. And you're going to see myself and Mr. WDW Pro and probably a whole bunch of other friendly, familiar faces are going to be participating in helping put on this awesome show. So we hope you come and see it. Come join us. Come meet us. There's some cool stuff going on, but this is also the opportunity for us to get to meet you in real life. And I'm the real life fake wizard. So you got to come and check it out and meet us all there. There's going to be a lot of friends in attendance. It's going to be a great time, and it's soon. It's just in a couple weeks now.
Very, very soon, folks. You want to be there. You want to join us. We want to get to shake hands with you, say hello to you. It would be a pleasure. It would be an honor, as always. For the first time that I will be truly available, I was at Geeks and Gamers at MegaCon, but this will be the first time that we've got it going on as our own thing. And Wiz, have we announced anybody else? Or have we talked about the other people who are going to be there?
Yeah, we have. It's going to be myself, Mr. WDW Pro, probably Mr. Lorne Connor, probably Mr. Culture Casino, but also Critical Drinker will be there. Gary from Nerdrotic will be there. The team, I'm pretty sure the Nerdrotic team, a few of those folks will be there, and it's going to be a great time. There's also a whole lot of people that haven't been fully announced yet that will be announced very soon.
So, Critical Drinker, you said Nerdrotic's going to be there. We're going to be there, and we're going to have a booth. We're also going to be showing off the brand new game, Zax. Folks, check it out. If you have not yet, we'll have an announcement tomorrow about the open beta that will start next week. So, all kinds of changes on the way. But come join us, folks. We'd love to have you at the Southeast Game Exchange. And if this is not close to you, if you're saying, wait a minute, bro, I live in Nevada. How am I supposed to get to South Carolina? Well, we have plans. We'll talk about those real soon. All right, let's get to the Super Chats. Before we do, folks, it's time to do the sip. Click it and sip it. We need you to please click the like button. Smash it if you have to, but don't smash your drink. Lauren, what are we drinking tonight?
I'm staying with my regular boring water.
Culture, what are we drinking tonight?
Oh, I also am boring with water.
Wiz, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, we got a little matcha tonight.
Oh, matcha.
Got a little matcha tonight, yeah.
He's got he's a matcha man with gotcha hands. All right, and I'm drinking matcha as well, but not the good stuff like Wiz makes. Wiz has got the good stuff. All right, here we go, folks. Let's do it right now. Click it and sip it. Here we go. That's good matcha, but not as good as he's got.
Good matcha.
Not as good as yours, Wiz.
We got the good stuff.
Got the good stuff. I'll drop on down. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the super chats. It's where it's at because you are the superstars of the show. We know it. And that's why we're going to you to see what you have to say. Starting off, of course, with Mark Fields. For 199, Power to the Niners, positive vibes. You all bring light to my day. Well, that's what we're trying to do, folks. Every single day, it's a joy, it's a pleasure. As ever, Juliet for 5. Morning Pro, panel, and pro rights. Keeping us all right, Juliet, mod extraordinaire. Eric Stratton is out there dropping 5 WDW Pro memberships. And that's not really the truth because he dropped 2 of those. 2 times 5 equals Lorne.
10.
Thank you, Lorne. That was rather delayed.
That was a pregnant pause.
But better than Marv when it comes to math. Folks, I want to play the Eric Stratton clip. When I do, it's going to look like Lord and Apollo around here. I apologize, but hang tight. We'll fix it. See, I told you. I know how StreamYard does this. I know what it's going to do. I know it better than it knows itself. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get everything back in shape here. Here we go, folks. Eric Stratton. We go through it because we love you guys.
You're the one who's out of this world, sweet baby. You're the one who's out of this world.
That's right. Kaylee on for 5. Guess what day it is? Oh, wait. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? It's the day Rachel Zegler beat Star Wars and DC at the same time. Not even Mexican Iron Man can save them this time. Not that he would want to. I mean, by the way, Wiz, let me go here. Wiz, we were not going to play your intro as, you know, I mean, we've played it a bunch and I thought, well, you know, we've updated it, but still, I mean, we can't play it every time. But then this came in and I knew we just had to do what we do. I knew the people had spoken at that point.
Yeah, I've heard people saying that they're getting it stuck in their heads. They're dreaming about this song, and I just
they're dreaming of you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, good light.
We've got JP 87 out there. Remember, for 12 months. That's a birthday. Happy birthday. Happy pro membership birthday, my friend. Good evening. Thank you for all you do, and God bless. Well, God bless you too. Truly. I got Kaylee on for 5. Can a real-life fake wizard save Supergirl? Guess they forgot rule 1 for movies. If men don't get tortured into pain for the girlfriend/wife, they fail. All right. So let's go to the next one. Sorry, folks, not checking the time, just checking to see who's calling me. I got a little buzz going on in the pocket, and the watch tells me. Teddy, 50D for 499. Pro Wiz CC Lorne. I'm not far from South Carolina. I'll likely see y'all there. 50D, we can't wait, man. That sounds great to me.
Forward to it.
Here's another one for 50D. Oh, I almost forgot. Good evening, everyone. 50D, good evening to you, and we can't wait to get to meet you. Truly. You know what? I was looking for the clip. I realize now it's listed as Teddy D in here. I need to update that. It's 50D.
Oh, here we go. It's time to party. It's time to live it up.
It's time to live it up. England AG for 5. If you are in that area, you should stop by Greer, South Carolina, and see the Toy Federation. They have a YouTube channel. I sold them my micro Star Wars collection. That sounds cool. Maybe they'll be at Southeast Game Exchange too. You never know. You never know. Well, Wiz probably knows, but who knows? Get Kayla out for 5. Let's see. IRA, come back for me. IRA. Or is it IRA? I'll come back for you, Ralph. When? Soon. Very soon. Romancing the Stone, Southeast Game Exchange. Lauren, you're a cultured fellow. Which way should this go? How should I have read this?
Well, it is IRA, but it's been so long since I've seen the movie that I don't recall who's saying the line. I have
Danny
a feeling
DeVito.
that's what I was going to say. As I thought it may have been Danny, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Elvira. That's the one, right?
Danny's like, Ira, come back for me. Ira.
I was so close. John for 10. Pro and panel, have you heard of Dreams of Violets? been hitting my feed. First, all a whoa, hold on now. I have not heard of this, and I should have. We need to check this out because I've been predicting this, and we're right on schedule. I think by the end of the year, they're going to be viable. Okay, let's read this again now. Pro and panel, have you heard of Dreams of Violets? Been hitting my feed. First all AI generated movie soon to appear at an award show. Budget is $2,000 plus 2 months of AI generation. Guys, have you heard of this?
No.
No, I'm pulling it up now, though.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to check this out because viability is what's going to matter. When does it reach the point where it can really take on Hollywood? We think by the end of the year, and I've been predicting that consistently. By next year, I think we're really there and totally different space. And I'll tell you this too, okay? So how do we know that AI is starting to take its place like we predicted? Because political ads are now being completely generated by AI and nobody's questioning it. People are enjoying it. They're laughing together with it. How do we know? Because nobody is being like, oh, Amelia, I'm not watching that Amelia AI anymore. No, everybody's watching Amelia. It's like, go Amelia, go. Make them rue the day they made that purple-haired girl out of the UK. And boy, that stuff out of the UK is just so awful. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to the people living in the UK right now who are suffering. You know, this latest story where the family is carrying daggers because it's part of their cultural ancestry that they get to carry daggers, and Englishmen can't even carry knives to protect it. Not my lane. Not my lane, bro. Captain is out there. Captain JP S47 gifting 10 Wunderbar WDW Pro memberships. That's a win for us. That's a win for you folks. If you got a name change from gray to green, say thank you indeed to Captain JPS 47.
Perfect.
And looky, we are cooking right now, and we got Scott Westbrook to thank for it. Scott, we appreciate you. We got Kenna Barnes for 5. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Happy Phineas and Ferb Day. By the way, don't forget, go Spurs go. Race for Sace. You know, I'm still of the era. I'm a decade behind. I still, every time I see Go Spurs Go, I want to go, Manu! If you know, you know. And Tony Parker flopped. England DG for 5. Every single lamp. Saw Weird Al last night. Fat in the fat suit. Rode a Segway around the stage for White and Nerdy. Amazing. He's got a lot of tour stops. Check it out. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to make a stop by and see Weird Al for the most recent concert. And we've got Paul 12,000 for 5. I'm convinced that Pro's wardrobe looks like Pee-wee's or Mr. Bean's closet. Multiple copies of the same outfit for every day of the week, right? Am I right? I do have several, but you'll notice quite a bit of variation. So this cap is darker than the usual blue that we wear. We're always going for a little variation. So there's a lot of similarity, I would say, though, if you were to look in the official Pro closet. Not that you should do such a thing. All right, folks, that is the Super Chats that start us off, and permission to launch. Lorne, can we do so?
I suppose, but do a better job than Bezos did.
No destroying the launch pad, eh?
I would prefer that you didn't. It's very expensive.
Does it make you feel better that Launchpad is probably my favorite DuckTales character? And I would never harm a Launchpad.
That depends on whether you're planning on having him fly the plane out to South Carolina.
Oh, boy.
Listen, I would trust Launchpad. It's Gizmo Duck that I think is the guy you just... I mean, he's a terrible superhero. Terrible. Can you imagine needing Gizmo Duck to save you? What's the phrase you yell? He yells to get his suit to jump all over him. Blathering blatherskites. Is that it?
Yes, that's the one. Yep.
I just unlocked a core memory for Lorne.
Yep.
All right, folks. We got 800 of you across the Tickety Talks, the Instagrammies, the GeoCities, the ICQs. What's a funny one that I don't say? What's an old website that I don't say? AOL, MySpace. What's a good one though that jogs the memory, like ICQ? When I say ICQ, there are people out there who think I have not heard that in 15 years. What's another one?
CompuServe?
CompuServe. Culture, where were you surfing back in the day?
No, I'm just going to say, you've got mail.
You've got mail. I'm trying to buy some time for Wiz. I don't know where he's at, but we're trying to get him back.
Nobody uses AOL anymore.
No.
But there's a lot of stuff out there.
John Maynard for 999. It was a Sikh that falsely claimed the kid called him racist. Then the police had the gall to handcuff the teenager that had bled out right in front of them. Yeah, I'm so disgusted by this, and there are things that have happened in the U.S. that I'm disgusted by, but our friends in the UK seem to be completely defenseless at this point. So that's even worse. Even worse. SFX F314, Saber to the Raptor for 10. Lorne, Q, snaps his fingers. Episode 3. Scene. Mace versus Palpy. It's Smurf Mace confused. Execute order Smurf. Palpy only says Smurf or writes Smurf every third word. Palpy uses a lightsaber like it's a flashlight. Lorne, are you aware? Can you make that work?
You're the AI master, so I suppose you could mock that up and see what it looks like. I don't know, but if I had the powers of Q, I'm not sure that's what I'd queue up. But
shut up, Lorne! I'm typing. I'm working overtime here. Shut up, you! Masterpieces on the way. Ladies and gentlemen, per the request, we're ready to go in 3, 2, 1.
Commander Cody, the time has come, homie. Execute order 66. I'm still alive, motherfucker. Riding in the gunship, me and my squad. Thought we was day ones, now they coming in too hot. I deflected every blaster just to keep you in the mix. When did y'all start playing? Hit me with that 66.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you here for more Mandalorian news? No? Well, we're going to do it anyway. Losing and losing and losing. Folks, we were not going to do any more Mando. I was done with it. I'd had enough. You've had enough. Nobody wants to talk about this anymore. Disney doesn't want to talk about this anymore. And yet here we are. And you know why? Because The Mandalorian Grogu has completely fallen off of projections for the box office for its third weekend. It's gone. Fox News is even talking about this over on the Outkick side of their things. Ian Miller says The Mandalorian Grogu collapses in second weekend at box office, cementing huge loss for Disney. 2 horror films from YouTube filmmakers outgrossed the latest Star Wars movie this past weekend. So just in case anybody at Disney was wondering, yes, the normies now know. But here's what you need to see. This is amazing. Deadline. Anthony D'Alessandro. Here's the update for us. He's going to tell us how the box office is going to play out the third weekend of Mando and Grogu. Is everybody ready? Lauren, you ready for this?
Yep, hit it.
All right, hit it. Here we go. Scary movie comedy comeback with $70 million worldwide. That's the prediction. That's a really good number for Scary Movie, which will have a very small budget. Excellent. Masters of the Universe. $50 million worldwide. That's an awful number because it has a high budget. Okay? That's how it works around here. We just call balls and strikes. I'm not against the movie. I'm going to go see the movie. I'm going to review the movie. I hope it does well. Right now, it looks like a box office disaster. Amazing Digital Circus to flip out with $15 million US. Okay, and what you need to understand is $15 million US made the headline. Mando did not. Ruh-roh, Yagi. Paramount and Miramax's revival of Scary Movie from the Wayans brothers looks to be the it pick this weekend and wants a very positive sign for comedy on the big screen with a $40 million stateside and $70 million outlook. All right, so $40 million, they're saying that's going to be number one. Okay, cool. Let's go down. A24's Backrooms is expected to hold between 55 to 60% for second weekend, 32 to 37. Yeah, that's second place. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, and then just disasters. There's no way around it. Masters of the Universe. 3,500 locations, only $30 million. Ooh, that's bad. Ooh, that's bad. Third place. And this is a movie that needs probably $600 million to break even. I mean, it's just an awful situation. But that's third place. All right, come down with me. The Amazing Digital Circus, 15 to 18 million. Fourth place. All right, let's get to Mando. Let's see here. Scary movie. Hollywood premiere. We got, folks, this is for dramatic impact. For those of you just listening, hang with me. More about the Masters of the Universe. Mando. Oh! Lauren, do you see what I see?
I don't, because the text is too tiny.
Lauren, there's nothing whatsoever at all about Mando in any of the trades for this coming weekend.
You remember what I said earlier this week when I said that it was going to do so poorly that they might actually pull it from theaters? And you said, gasp, they would never pull it from the theaters. And I agree with you, they won't. But it's not going to do any more business. And I think it's going to be out. It's going to be on the streaming services first week of July.
You're hurting me, Lauren. You're just so right. I can't stand it anymore. They're not. They just can't pull it. They can't pull it. But this is getting really, really bad. Now the shills are out, and they're desperate. I mean, we have hit unbelievable levels of copium. Chris McPherson has no fear over Collider. He says the Mandalorian Grogu officially evades a brutal Marvel box office record. What's the record? It's gonna beat the Marvels. We'll just skip it all, okay? It failed to hit 100 million. It's not going to hit Star Wars Solo, a Star Wars story money. It's heading towards 340, which is lower than even I predicted. I was at 350. It's at 340 now. It's dropping. Lauren may be right, but if you go down in the article, which you don't have to, they're just happy that it's going to beat the Marvels. All right, here's the problem. If it's going to make 340, if that's where we're at right now, and it's dropping, and it may drop really low. The domestic right now is at 142. Now, 340 would mean it's going to make 90 more million worldwide. You divide that in half, 45, domestic, international. There's a possibility, Wiz, that Mandalorian and Grogu doesn't break $200 million at the domestic box office. And we have now reached levels of fail that I struggle to even... this is unbelievable.
I can't say I'm surprised. I just can't say I'm surprised. You know, people, the further we get away, I think it's 12-ish days, 13-ish days since this movie was released. And
13.
People don't want to hear about it. They don't even want us to be talking about it as much anymore. It is such a topic now that no one wants to hear about. And it's, man, Star Wars. This is the state of Star Wars. This is Kathleen Kennedy wanted to do everything that she did. Dave Filoni comes in. He does everything he wants to do. And this isn't really a movie. There's nothing. It is entirely inconsequential if you experience this or not, even if you're the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. It's just a couple of episodes for a TV season that wasn't going to be that great anyway. And so, yeah, I'm not surprised. With the amount of competition out there, Pro, I mean, Master of the Universe, scary movie. Even if you're not the biggest He-Man fan, and even if that movie's not going to perform very well, at least it's a movie, and it might be really good for little boys. It might be really good for little kids. We don't know yet. But I would rather have kids go see the He-Man movie if it's a good movie versus Mandalorian and Grogu, which isn't a movie at all.
Yeah, let's talk about what's going to happen and why it's... I mean, there is now a movie being talked about that's going to make $15 million, and that matters more than Mando, which would seem to indicate it's not going to make 15. How is that possible? Well, so if the movie dropped 70% last weekend, and it did, and now it's going to lose all of the IMAX and PLFs, and it will, that's an automatic 50% drop just in the average ticket price. So that's a 50% drop in its potentiality. So then you say, okay, well, if it just drops 50% in total ticket sales, but they are worth half the amount now, this third weekend, it's a 75% drop. And that's probably the best case scenario. Guys, we're looking at, this could drop 80% after a 70% second weekend. And I'm going to be honest. You guys may be more right than I have been in this situation, and I want to hear from all of you. Culture, please hop in on this. I was still living in a world where I didn't think that we could go to a third weekend. And it's completely out of the box office projections. It's completely out of the radar. The trades have moved on. 3 weeks and it's dead. A Star Wars movie is dead in 3 weeks. It's wild.
Yeah, I would actually say it died before 3 weeks. I mean, honestly, as Wiz just pointed out, we're day 15, maybe on this.
Yeah, you're right. It's even worse.
No, it's not. No, it's it's day 13 as of today, June 3rd. So by the time we get to Friday, which will be day 15, I don't think this thing will even sniff $200 million domestic. The fact that yesterday, Tuesday, this second, was cheap movie day for old people, and it only made $3.1 million, it's still in 4,300 theaters, which means its per screen average was $720.
I mean,
so you're already seeing a week over week drops of 70+%. It's down 51% from where just from Tuesday to Tuesday it was down 51%. Monday to Monday it was down 86%. That's obviously going to happen, and it's not going to get better because it has legitimate competition entering theaters, because it's not just Masters of the Universe walking in the door, is it? And don't we have a bunch of extra competition rolling through in the next couple of weekends? I think we talked about that privately last week. And I don't see anything that's going to drive people back to see this film. I think just like almost everything Disney, and just like Hoppers, it was incredibly front loaded. And look, they're trying to get Hoppers to 200 million domestic, leaving it in theaters for, 3 months now?
So this is the problem. This is why it's so embarrassing. We mocked the movie that's on the screen right now.
Yeah, it deserved it.
We mocked it.
Yeah.
Not because we're mean, but because somebody greenlit the idea of a Pixar movie being about a girl putting her brain in a robot beaver. Like, that made it through some executive system somewhere. That made it through. Of all the thousands of ideas that you come up with, that made it through. And we are now looking at a scenario where the number one Disney Plus show that put Disney on the map, after 7 years, a Star Wars film is back. And it's going to lose to the robot beaver by $40 million minimum. To the robot beaver.
And let's be extra clear. Hoppers was also not a good movie.
No, it was terrible.
And a flop.
We trashed this for a good reason. That was not a good movie. And yet, look, there's a reason no one's talking about it anymore, Pro. It's because they can't afford to talk about it anymore, because it is the elephant of all elephants in the room right now.
They don't want to talk about Starfighter.
It is a neon sign of failure.
Yep.
You can't spin it. You can't. You might have been able to make merchandise.
Nope.
Pro, I don't know if you've seen them. Have you seen the photos yet of the discounts of toys in the Targets?
Oh, well, I saw one in it, but it's got to happen. They got to clear this stuff. You're going to see Grogu at Ollie's. I mean, it's going to be like Rose Tico 2.0 now.
Yeah.
For Grogu.
Yeah. And remember, merchandise is going to save the day, guys.
Merchandising.
It's merchandise.
Merchandising.
It's going to save this
$2 billion
movie.
is in play.
Yeah. $2 billion is definitely in play because of merchandise.
Are we going to play that video? I think at this point it's cruel. Lauren says yes. I can read his lips.
What they didn't tell you was that $2 billion was in Vietnamese dong.
Are you allowed to say that on
Lauren?
YouTube?
Lauren, for those who don't know, could you explain what you just said?
That is the currency of Vietnam.
What is the currency of Vietnam?
Again?
Dong.
Yes, it is.
Of course,
And
Wiz would know.
I don't know what the exchange rate is. It would be interesting to find out, though.
All right, I'm trying to get this clip for you guys. Let's see. Where is this clip? We used to have this bookmarked. We'll get it in a second. But let me toss it to you guys for one more thought, because I was done. This is so bad. I just said nobody cares anymore. But we got to cover the fact that it's gone. It's just gone. It's like the trades they won't even mention it. And it's Variety, it's Deadline, it's THR. Everybody is just like, done.
Let me introduce you to the idea of relevance and lack of credibility. And every trade organization magazine out there it doesn't have any anymore. Collider went out and sacrificed their credibility on the altar of Star Wars. How did that work out for them? And this is continuing to happen regularly. I'm glad we get a chance to point it out here. But I feel like, I feel like our instincts, like especially like for Fake Wizard, I think there's some wizardry there that we kind of all understand what's going to survive and what's not, what's going to thrive and what's not. And it's almost like we can see the future. There's a crystal ball, right, Wiz?
There's something. I don't know if it's a crystal ball, but there's definitely something.
Ball.
All right.
Dung ball.
So
all right.
It's a dong ball.
In case anybody is interested, 2 billion Vietnamese dong equates to $75,925 US. So technically, 2 billion was in play.
All right, folks, here you go. We have to one last time.
If the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is a success, which I'm hoping it will be, if it gets critically acclaimed, if people want to go see Grogu in the theaters, like they always do, it's not going to make $1 billion. It's going to make $2 billion. If it's good. If word gets out there, The Mandalorian and Grogu is the blockbuster movie of the summer in 2026. Yeah, why not? Force Awakens made $2 billion.
Oh my gosh. I hadn't seen this one. Oh, the cope.
This guy is the one getting the thumb drives from Mike Zero now. Because my goodness,
you leave Mike Zero out of this. Mike Zero is a saint around this channel. How dare you, sir? How dare you? We love Mike Zero. What are you doing to us, folks?
I love I love Mike Zero too.
Mike's going through a hard time. Kathleen Kennedy retired. The thumbnails are gone. Yeah. Pablo Hidalgo probably uses Etch-a-Sketches. I mean, it's a hard time. It's a really, really hard time. Folks, it's a hard time for Mando not even being mentioned anymore in the running for the box office. All right, let's get to the super chats, the superstars. That's where we are. SFX 314, Saber to the Raptor. Hope we did a good enough job with that. The clones ain't loyal is what we came up with. Thank you for the 10. Got England DG out there for 5. AOL stayed active until last year with legacy dial-up. I worked for AOL. Think about it. Grandpa kept AOL going because why not? Also, Prodigy. Lauren, you want to take it back now?
Take it back?
Takes the backsies.
I was the AOL tape.
You mocked AOL?
Yeah.
Listen, I consider it a badge of pride if you've still got a Hotmail email account.
I do.
I have a Hushmail. I have a Hushmail email account.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Captain JPS47 for 5. I'd rather watch The Acolyte again than hear about Mando and Grok again. Well, they're trying. If you go check out the Patreon, they are trying. Leslie Headland is campaigning again for Acolyte. Covered it on the Patreon. Probably going to talk about it on the Pro Show tomorrow. Be there, be there, be there.
I just want to say, please, 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 please restart that initiative.
We're begging you.
I want to see it.
We're begging you. She
Can
goes on to
now. Impossible.
Well, she says though, Wiz, that if they get the chance, the plan was to tie it into the sequel trilogy. So, really, I can't figure out why Disney canceled.
The even higher Republic.
The highest of High Republic.
Super High Republic. I'm so High Republic. Pastor Muppets for 5. Pro, you and others on the panel mocked Steve about his prediction for the Mando drop-off. The alter ego of Wilton the Troll has made you eat crow.
I just want to say I didn't mock Steve.
He's still wrong.
He's still wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Numbers are numbers. Math is math.
But we're not to the end yet. I mean, it's what do you think the drop off is going to be for this week?
I thought, well, no, we keep moving the goalpost on this Steve thing, though.
No. He doesn't get to count the third weekend and say,
Yeah,
well, I was actually talking about the third weekend.
When did he actually make the prediction? Was it before?
He said 70 to 75.
No, I'm asking
for second weekend.
No, he said, he said 75 to 80 for the second weekend. It dropped 71.
It was for the second weekend. I thought that it was for this week. And so
No.
I thought
it was
we were
for second weekend.
Okay. You're right there. I sorry.
Yeah.
Hashtag Steve is wrong. Hey, Lauren, read this one for me for just a minute, please.
I can't do the voice though. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to the dark side. We feared it would suck. We are conditioned at this point. That made us angry. And now we have completed our turn to the fandom menace.
Excellent.
That's not bad.
That made us angry.
Yeah.
Now we have completed our turn to the fandom menace we have.
The power of one. The power of two. The power of many. No! Now, ascend, my son.
Bingo.
Bingo indeed. All right, folks, we got 1,000 of you out there. Join us. Actually, I'm late. 1,100 of you joining us across the Tickety Talks, the Instagrammies. Happy to have everybody out there as we keep moving along. England EG for 5. Sister is not a Star Wars fan, but she wants to see it. She won't. Why? She wants to see cute Yoda on the big screen. KK got what she wanted. Gerd Gerb. Well.
This is your old pal Grover.
Cutest monster on Sesame Street, right? So that little red fur ball came along.
Elmo.
Yeah. So here's the deal. There's just not enough people who think Grogu's that cute.
Well, I mean, there were.
Not anymore. Not enough.
And then, you know, then we thought we were going to get rid of the little green goo, and we did. And then
struggling to make $200 million at the domestic box office. It's over. Patrick Getaway for 5. Embrace the Star Wars sook. Not. You got us. And then he's got us good. 5 WDW Pro memberships. And we see some more out there, folks. How kind of everybody to be gifting those memberships. We really, really do appreciate it.
Please, sir, may I have more pro memberships?
What?
God bless us, everyone!
And Red Tigress is out there also giving and making the show greater and greater. And you know we can't end a show without having played this one. Also want to make sure that we say thank you to Brett Trace. Brett, thank you for sending those 5 in. We really do appreciate that. We've got R.R. Smith for 5. I asked my son if he wanted to see the new Star Wars movie, and he said no. Too much Pedro. I got a finger that's drifting on over to a Sizz.
Don't do it.
Can't do it.
Don't do it.
It's over.
Do it.
Nope. Nope, not going to do it. You can't make me.
Give into your anger.
No.
Or madness in this case. Come on now.
Echoes of the Ancients for 5. Star Wars was too dangerous as a foundational myth for the modern world. They had to destroy it.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal point. And we agree with you. That's why we do what we do.
That's a deep cut.
It's a deep cut. We totally, 100% agree. Wiz, you got some pictures from me.
Yes. Okay. I did find them. Let me move them over so I don't dox myself because they were posted in a Facebook group for Star Wars toy collectors. Yes, I'm pulling them over now. We could keep reading supers and I'll pull it up. Oh,
Did we Pro freeze?
Pro froze.
What is happening right now?
That is a good place to be frozen, though.
I think he's just really, really still. And
he's
trying to
really
make you
still.
And trying to make you uncomfortable.
He's oh, there he is.
Yep,
He's
yep,
moving
yep.
again.
See? He's like stop motion pro is what he is.
Yeah, that's really weird.
He's wax on,
Oh,
wax
yeah,
on.
he is. Look at that. I told you.
Wow. Now that's impressive.
All right, and folks, just a little east up there. Kaylee for 5, I've had a Hotmail email since 1997 when the hunting trail shut down suddenly. I was in those Excite Yahoo game rooms. Oh, the memories. Coneheads.
Hey, speaking of suddenly shutting down, didn't something suddenly shut down at Disney?
Yeah, really shut down, and I had not planned on doing any Disneyland stuff because we covered it on TPP today, but it's so bad, Culture. It's on the docket for tonight. We're going to talk about it. It's crazy. iRate is out there for $4.99. Can we see Lauren's favorite clip? You know the one, the fist sniffer. Only if Lauren is willing to give us an example of what a fist sniff looks like.
Guys, you just...
Wow. Wow, that was well reenacted. It
was all in.
Where are those fists?
It was all in.
I want to hear it.
Not right now.
Yes, now, Dusty Bun.
Wait. Okay.
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
You know that moment when you mean to click one and you click the other?
At least that's what I hear.
Wait, what?
Let's go!
Jabba, right?
Oh no! It's a Sarlacc!
Star Wars Outlaws pre-order available now.
Guys, this is... I did do and say horrible, regrettable things.
So you think Amber Heard's a fist sniffer?
I don't know. I don't know if we want to go down that road.
I'm good. Captain Nemo is out there gifting 10 WDW Pro memberships. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Truly, Captain Nemo. First time, I think, gifting memberships here on the channel. And it's a great thing to see you out there helping us keep those hamsters running on the wheel.
What are those?
These are my Spider-Man pajamas.
Let me rephrase that. Why are you wearing those?
Because my He-Man pajamas are in the laundry.
I have to highlight a comment. I can't help it. I have to do it.
What do you got?
Listen, all y'all, it's Shillitage.
It's like GameStop at midnight.
Well played.
Wow.
Chef Eddie, member for 14 months. The new emoji should be hashtag Steve was right.
No.
But he was wrong.
He was wrong.
Craziest movement I've ever seen. John for 5. Irate, when that happened, I thought he might have been talking about the SNL character who does a split. I was wrong.
Yes.
And Gilliam's out there dropping a wunderbar 5 more memberships. Gilliam, thank you so much. You're nobody's punching bag, and we mean it. Oh, yeah. Man, I love the music for Gilliam. That's great music.
It's a good song.
All right, folks, way to keep on moving. But Culture Casino, you're doing the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you tonight. Tell the folks out there, what is the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you? We're going to redirect there, but why should people stick around for the late night show?
Yeah, you're going to want to stick around, folks. I mean, I'm not headed there just yet, but I will be. We'll be talking about all kinds of great things, including that Scott Pelly, whatever his name is, that used to be considered something of a news person for 60 Minutes. We're going to talk about that and many other things. But the reason we talk about these things is because Lou has unique insights, and he can give us some fresh takes that maybe we wouldn't consider even in our rarefied era of this particular niche.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: people have been saying, when are we going to get Lou on the tubes? When are we going to get him on camera? And the answer to that is never, because he is somebody that is very important that we keep his identity secret, and he is a source of many scoops and lots of inside info. So
he's kind of
he's literally a ghost.
Yeah,
he literally is a ghost. That's right.
He's a made man in Hollywood. Let's just put
he is. If anybody were to figure out his IMDb page, it keeps going and going and going. Unlike the legacy media, which does not keep going and going. The legacy media is in a free fall, but that's not all. Many of the journalists and, even the commentators out there who came from the legacy media are in a collapse. Out of Yahoo Entertainment, this is from the Globe. Cable news ratings reveal a major shakeup at Fox News, CNN, and MS Now. Now, folks, for this story, it's very important that you remember the numbers. And we're going to be keen on helping you remember these things. And as we do this, I want you also to remember that there are articles being written about this, but not the other thing we're going to talk about, which has far bigger ratings. All right? Hang tight. I'll tell you what the this is. It says, what do we got here? New cable news ratings are out for the week of May 11th, and the numbers are turning heads. According to Adweek, which cited Nielsen data, the numbers tell a story of major change across the board. Fox News topped primetime with 2.2 million total viewers and 200,000 in the adults 25 to 54 demographic. That was down 8% in total viewers, 9% in the demo from the previous week. It was down versus the prior year as well. But what I need you all to look at is this. This number is the one that matters. I know the 2 million really does matter. I hear you. And if you're not in the demo and you're saying, well, Pro, I matter too. Yes, you do. But in terms of advertising dollars, in terms of money that's being made, the demo makes all the cash. It makes all the dinero. 200,000 on average tuning in to Fox News. Okay? Everybody hang with that number. That's a really important number. On MS Now, formerly MSNBC, 87,000 in the demo. Again, that's the 25 to 55. That's who buys the stuff. That's who the advertisers are paying to be sent to. 87,000 in the demo. On CNN, it barely broke 100,000, but it beat MS Now, so congratulations. 100,000 in the demo. And you all are going to say, well, Pro, who cares how many people are watching cable news? Well, I need to show you something. I need you to understand how dead cable news is becoming. I need you to understand where culture has gone. Not culture on the panel, we see him, but where the culture at large has gone. If I go to Friday Night Tights, a show that happens on Nerdrotic, Wiz, you're on this show, you're a regular now. Nerdrotic, that's you. Look at you over there.
It's just me.
This is, hey, there's Odom. We just hung out with him a little bit. And everybody here on the panel would love him. Lots of support. But I need to show you this, folks. 215,000 views. Streamed 12 days ago. 215,000 views. The one from this past week is at like 205,000. Okay? And it'll grow. It'll get there. 215,000. Now, remember I told you these numbers really matter, right? Let me go back again. Why? Fox News. Fox News, the big kahuna in cable news, Fox News. 202,000. Adults 25 to 54. I'm going to bet you, ladies and gentlemen, that everybody basically in that 215 is in the demo. Wiz, what do you bet? What do you bet? Just about everybody in that 215 is in the demo.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the people aren't watching the news anymore, but they're not watching the conventional mainstream media. They're finding people that they trust that report as honestly as they can and produce content. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a majority.
Wiz, here's the deal. Did you realize that when you go on FNT, that you are speaking into a program that defeats Fox News on average in primetime?
Did I realize it? No. Am I surprised? I think that's the real question. Am I surprised? And the answer is also no.
Are there articles being written about your ratings on FNT Wiz? Is that happening? I haven't seen those yet. I don't think the drive-bys haven't figured out how defeated they are, Wiz.
They're never framed that way. They're never framed as, hey, FNT and shows like it are absolutely obliterating the mainstream media. Instead, they're usually framed as Gary Nerdrotic is a toxic, hating individual. And it's like, well, that's all lies, number one. Like, it's all wrong. But, you're avoiding the elephant in the room, which is the streamers, YouTubers even, are destroying the mainstream access media. And they can't allow you to know that. They can't allow for people to even address that honestly or come to an honest conversation about that, because then that would put their own jobs in jeopardy. And if I was them, bro, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing just how thin the line is between having a job and not having a company anymore.
Now, people thought when we started this, I'm sure they thought this was going to be an anti-MSNL, anti-CNN, pro-Fox News, and we've kind of flipped that on its head right now. What I'm telling you is, you're break even with Fox News. You're destroying CNN. You've got double the ratings of CNN in primetime, and you've got like triple for MS Now. I mean, this is you guys are just doing a phenomenal job. But I do want to point out something, too, as well. And I'm not trying to throw shade, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to see what's happening. And I want to call balls and strikes. And I want to be fair to everybody. So, yes, MS Now and CNN in the gutter right now for what we're covering. But there's something happening. At the same time that channels like Real Life Fake Wizard and Nerdrotic continue to just dominate, and Critical Drinker 2 and Geeks and Gamers and so many of our friends out there, Culture Casino, Valiant Renegade, et cetera, et cetera. We had Flash on the other day. Look at what's happening to Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, she calls herself Megan. We'll do that too. Megyn Kelly was getting 20 million views per week, 15, 16, 17, 27, all throughout 2025. Megyn Kelly in 2026 has seen her numbers fall precipitously. And guess what? People would get mad at me if I didn't point this out. I'm not trying to be mean to Ben Shapiro whatsoever. I'm not. I promise I'm not. But if you go back to 2025, he was pulling 9 million per week, 6 million, 7 million, 9 million, 8 million. And you go now, and he's down, like 40%, something like that, this year versus last year. Something is happening. And it's not just the legacy media. It's not just cable, and it's not just left to right. That's too easy. There's something happening where people are beginning to trust far more the new media and people who came out of the new media. So the All In podcast, Moonshots. I mean, we can keep going, right? We can keep going with all of these new media podcasts and platforms. Joe Rogan is dominating. And I think that we are now seeing something else entirely beyond what we've talked about in the past. Culture, we're seeing a whole new generation embracing a new generation of stars that never touched legacy media. And maybe they don't want to now. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I think you kind of nailed something down here that I think that even modern TV executives are having to come to grips with. Let me stack on top of your premise the idea that two YouTubers are destroying Hollywood as we speak with two films that just beat out Star Wars. Both of them, out there in the world on a shoestring budget, each of them, costing considerably less than what, Hollywood dumps into things, and both of them horror-based properties, which skews into the demo. In fact, that's almost purely demo when you look at what the audience is for a horror film. So yeah, the new media is more considered more authentic, more trustworthy, more likely to base their opinion in facts and stack facts upon things. When I watch Wiz or Marv or any of the other people in my niche, first of all, when they're together, it's funny. It's a great show. But at the same time, they're stacking facts on it. They pull facts and figures in, and they're not just selling a narrative. They're telling the truth, or the truth as they see it, supported by numbers and facts and figures. And I think that's the most important thing. And I think that whether or not you're a comedy show or not, you could still, present things with an air of authenticity. And that's why watching, let's say, Friday Night Tights specifically, since that's the show you brought into the conversation,
we could do others, right? I could bring in Critical Drinker.
Yeah, indeed.
Right. So, we're not trying to be a slouch here. Fake Wiz is not trying to be a slouch. Everybody on this panel is participating in things that I think really, truly matter and have people that are tuning in because it matters. But, Friday Night Tights was just the one that I thought, this is so fun. Because Friday Night Tights, it is a show that the legacy media probably hates. Yeah. Genuinely hates. But they probably don't even realize that it's pulling Fox News numbers.
Yeah. And that's got to have them worried. I mean, relevance, again, we mentioned it before earlier in the show. Relevance is important, and reach is important. And you only get reach with relevance, and who's more relevant right now than people coming out of our space, because they're the ones that are really introducing fresh approaches, amazing marketing, kind of the thumbnail game that somebody like Wizard has or other people. I mean, it changes things. It changes how people look at stuff. They look for more creative, high contrast thumbnails now. They look at the conversation that's being had, and the titling that I think a lot of people are brevity is key now, and that's, again, it's one of the reasons why I've been reevaluating how I do content. It's because I'm watching other people evolve, and I'm going, okay, that's really cool. Let me try to do that.
Sure.
And the media doesn't do that, Pro. They stay with a formula, whether or not it's successful or it's failing.
I knew, Culture, you were navigating your way to a great point, and that is a great point indeed. The legacy media is stodgy. They're stuck. They've got institutional money, they've got institutional power, and they've got legacy credentiality. And because of that, they're not adjusting, whereas the new media is. Lauren, let's play devil's advocate for just a minute. So there are going to be people who watch this, and they're going to say,
"Media sucks." How's that?
So there are going to be people, Lauren, who say to us that you guys are you're being silly. 2 million views on Fox News. Who cares about the demo? I care about the demo, because the demo, that's the people who pay for the ads. That's the people that they're trying to reach out to nonstop. And all those other numbers get kind of fuzzy to me, right? Because I think, okay, well, yeah, you're doing great with the assisted living crowd. You're doing great with airports. You're doing great in doctors' offices and at the bar, which Nielsen now counts.
In prisons. Don't forget the prisons. Captive audience.
Big with CNN. Lauren, I get. Lauren, is that valid, or is it okay for us to say demo versus demo, FNT is beating Fox News?
Well, I think it's fair to say that they're beating it, but I think you're right that you do need to be paying attention to the demo, because that's where the advertising dollars go. But I think there's another point that you're kind of making. I think Culture kind of made it. I want to phrase it maybe slightly differently. I think part of the reason that people are going to the new media is that, have you ever seen one of those YouTube videos where they take the nightly broadcasts for all of the news programs in all of these different geographical locations, and they're all reading from the same script? And it suddenly becomes apparent that you have these giant mega corporations that are writing the exact script that their TV personality is supposed to read. That is scary when you realize that that's happening, but it's also really, really boring. And when you can predict what the talking heads are going to say, eventually you tune it out because you don't need to watch it. You already know what the line is going to be. And I would say that's something that the new media can also be susceptible to, and I think that this is something that Megan and Ben and Tucker and those people have fallen victim to, is that while they may not have a corporate paymaster that is telling them what to say, or they may, they certainly have some things that they have in common that are causing them to read from a script that has turned their demographic off, which is why their numbers are dropping. And even outside the political, I think that everybody in this space, in the new media space, has got their time where they're going to have an impact on their audience. But if you become predictable, if people think they already know what you're going to say, eventually they're going to get bored, they're going to tune out, and they're going to find somebody else to watch who's new and fresh. So that's why it's important that you have panels that mix things up, where you have different personalities with different opinions who could get in there and mix it up and be entertaining while they're doing it, so that the audience doesn't know what's going to be said, and sometimes they can be surprised and amused. That's what keeps attention.
Okay, that's what we're doing with this segment, right? Everybody thought, oh, it's just a simple Fox News, CNN, MS Now ratings report. Nope. Hey, Wiz, I'm going to give you the last word on this because I'm very curious your thoughts. Where is the new media going? How much domination happens? Is the new media, have we sort of evolved to the point now there's no more, forward progress to go? Or is this just the beginning of a long trek forward and everything is going to be dominated by new media?
Well, it's crazy the different pathways that we could be going on here, because the sky's the limit of possibility, but I'm going to take it in one direction, because what we're seeing right now is companies like, let's say Disney, for instance, which operates inside of the media, like they own ABC. What Disney and companies like it is in the entertainment spheres have learned is that you need to capture the new media, because they don't know how to make the new media. Like the companies don't have the ability to become the content creators themselves, so they must find ways to make them owned by them. And maybe the best way to explain this is, the red carpet appearances, okay? Or bringing content creators in to meet Pedro Pascal on the Smuggler's Run ride. Like that's part of it. If we incentivize coordination from the new media, then we control the new media. But that doesn't last forever, because people, just regular viewers, are getting wise to that. We're calling it out. Others are calling it out. FNT is calling it out. Smaller channels, larger channels, people of all different sizes are calling out content creators that take the money, that become the shills, that take the gift bags, that take the goodie bags. So I don't know what the course correction is going to be, but I feel like no matter what happens next, it is up to the new media to hold the new media accountable, lest we become another version of the old media.
Well said. Folks, is cable news dead? And are the legacies and those who have been started at the legacy level, are they also on the run? Or can instead they turn things around? You tell us in the chat, in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you right now.
The shadow grows. We must act. The enemy has found the roost. Our arrows are ready, but we need a plan. Then we fly to Mordor. Flock for the plan. By the lines of Bruce, take that, you brave. What have they done?
Mountains whisper tales of fire and frost. Shadows rise where the borders are lost. Through the woods where the ancient ones sing, I hear the call of the elder ring. One sword to guide me, one heart to bind me through snow and flame, through night and sky.
You're out in the countryside and you see chicken. Try to look a chicken in the eye with great intensity, and the intensity of stupidity that is looking back at you is just amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 1,100 of you right now out there in the chat, and we see you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And let's see what you have to say. I am amazed, I tell you, by the participation today and in the last few days, folks. It's been a great thing to see, and it really does empower the channel. You know, we try not to talk about our numbers. I don't think bragging does any good for anybody, but I can just tell you, I'll brag on this community all day long. We got the best community out there, bar none. You all are amazing. irate specialist for 499. We are all wrong from time to time, but you know who is never wrong? Steve. Steve was wrong. I'm right. More righter than the experts for sure. Well, I will say this. Steve was more right than I, but still wrong. Is that fair to say, guys? All right, we'll go with it.
Well, I was trying to say yes and agree with you, but I bumped my controller. I'd just say this: you were more wrong than Steve, but Steve was also wrong. And we have Price is Right rules around here.
That's what I was going to say. If it's Price is Right rules, he's just wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve.
Go fund yourself, Bob.
Just Jay for 5. Lucasfilm needs to have all staff laid off, auction everything in storage, then sell the land. Restart the whole studio in a new state.
that actually could help.
Get it off the bay.
Skywalker Ranch is very expensive territory, Chief. They could do really well selling that.
I just want to say I want to be involved in that auction. I want to be a part of that.
Okay.
You want the little Yoda statue?
There's all kinds of things I want.
Oh,
I would love to tour the archives.
The brass statue is amazing. Ooh.
Snell's World for 2. We really enjoyed the Masters of the Universe movie. Awesome. I am hoping that I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it, folks. Tomorrow night at 10 p.m., I believe. I gotta double check the schedule, but tomorrow night we've got a special edition of the Pro Show. Oh, wait. Do we? We'll make it happen somehow, some way. I just thought of a technicality that's going to be difficult, but we'll figure out a way. 10 p.m. tomorrow night, live, we'll review Masters of the Universe with you out there. All right. We've got John for 2. Scott, you're fired. Cannon Barnes for 10. The real Star Wars fans to Disney over Mando and Grogu. Oil, fish face, lose something? Skungilly? Look what I got. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside it? We've got John for 5. Halfway to the goal. Also, Juliet is the most awesome mod I have seen on any channel. And she is on several.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Hard. She's great. She works hard. She's on so many of our channels. And we appreciate our mods here. We know we've got the best. Guys, I feel like we shortchanged Ken and Barnes. I don't know how to read this well. Lauren, do you want to take a crack at it?
That's Captain Jack Sparrow.
Come on, do your best, Jack.
I cannot do Jack. I'm the wrong guy to ask to do voices. Get Wiz drunk and have him do it.
Culture,
I'm not. Jack Sparrow's not in my wheelhouse.
Savvy.
He can do Jack. Do it.
Savvy. I don't have a good Jack.
I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside it? That was terrible.
No, that was actually really good.
It was really good.
That was close till the end. The end was not good.
Asian Jack Sparrow is amazing.
Jeffrey Spry.
No.
Asian Jack Sparrow is pretty awesome.
Jeffrey Spry for 10. I saw a video on YouTube yesterday about how influencers are quitting and going back to 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
Chat on these vids actually supported this and wanted to go back to legacy media. You know, I think it depends on the YouTuber, right? Yeah. I think there are certain types of YouTubers who are probably struggling mightily. I think we're seeing pockets of collapse. But I also think that there are people out there who are navigating this extraordinarily well. So it depends on who you're listening to, what you're watching, and what they're up to. That's my best take on that one. John for 20 El 20 is here. I think just maybe people have Israel versus the other place. Folks, we just don't say that word because YouTube watches it. Fatigue. Shapiro, pro-Israel. Tucker, Kelly, Owens, anti. Why? Tucker has been named... Hang on, folks. Give me just a second. We're going to do the pause so the algorithm is okay with us. Catarlson by detractors. I don't see his checks, but maybe it checks. See, we know how to... We got this down. We got this down. England for 2. Y'all need to check out this Epcot arrest. Whoa, an Epcot arrest. Hang on a second. Pro knows nothing about this. Is this breaking? Let's see here. Epcot arrest. Hang on. We're doing this on the fly here. Epcot arrest. What's happening here?
We're doing it live.
I'm just see. As soon as I go on to Twitter, I see that 2 hours ago. You got a link to it?
Yeah, I'm sending it now. Fox
Okay.
Business.
Okay. We'll get there. All right. Hang tight, folks. We'll check it out. If it's breaking news and we need to cover it, we'll be there. People get arrested all the time at the parks. If there's some reason that we're going to cover it, we'll be happy to. Captain Nemo for 5. Nick Shirley is still getting numbers, and that new guy, that Reckless Ben guy, are killing it in views now. Way to go. Way to go. We're leering all the time that Nick Shirley deserves it. We got John for 5. Captain Nemo. Yes, Reckless Ben is covering the Lego thing.
Yeah, the minifigs.
Bricks and what is it called? Culture?
Bricks and minifigs.
They're suing the YouTube channel that's been outing them, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And they get ugly.
Yeah.
And people feel that because we can all collect and build Legos.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's a guy who got ripped off on his Lincoln Logs, and he's saying, "Where's my attention?"
Yeah. I like Lincoln Logs. I thought they were fun.
I think in the right world, Tinker Toys would be the thing that actually took off. Because Tinker Toys, you need something that you can gouge an eye out when you're playing with it. And Tinker Toys, they satisfy that.
Yeah.
Culture, you ever play with Tinker Toys?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like them? Did you ever build a helicopter that was always on the packaging?
No. I used them. I used them in conjunction with my action figures and Lincoln Logs and blocks. I actually had wooden blocks I used as well. I like building things though, so I'm kind of weird.
Jan Monroe says, for 2, I'm cynical. I think YouTube is stealing creators' wage.
It'd be hard to define that.
Yeah.
Stealing is a hard word to use in this, but perhaps changing the algorithm, making it more difficult for people to get views. See, it's not malicious then. It's just, nor would we be able to make any kind of claim that it is. It's just the algorithm shifts all the time, and it makes things way more complicated for people already on the platform.
And at the same time, we have to say, Wiz seems to have figured out the YouTube game in a way that, almost nobody ever does. We think we're doing pretty solidly here. So, that there are always problems with platforms. But I don't think it looks good for us to sit and whine. And so I never want to do that. I never want people to get the impression that we're complaining or saying that, oh, poor little Pro or poor little Wiz or poor little Culture. You all, if the guests, if the viewers have those opinions, but I don't ever want us to come across, I don't like that where, somebody is doing well, in terms of views and they come out and say, poor little me, and somebody else is getting, 1/10 of the views and is thinking, man, if I could just get there, and then the theirs do that. I don't think that's a good look. So always careful about that.
It's literally our job to keep learning and keep growing on this platform and keep finding ways to connect with you.
Yeah, and the thing that people don't understand, and I don't want to make it sound like, we're not in the ditches, in November digging through cold mud so we can drag electrical wire, right? There are people who have much harder jobs than we do. I'm never, ever, ever, ever trying to put ourselves on the same playing field with people who work very hard. But I will say that the thing that surprises people when they get into this, if they want to do it as a full-time, and Wiz, you'll know what I'm talking about here, Culture 2, and Lauren is on the production side. There are 10,000 people every day who want to do what we do. Yeah. Every day we wake up, there are 10,000 people who want to be at that level. And we can never, this is the bizarre thing about YouTube, is you can never, ever let your foot off the accelerator.
Yep.
Ever. Never stops. And every day, 10,000 want it. No off days. But we love it. We chose it. It's the dream come true. Wiz, what is this you've sent my way?
Yes, this is from a Star Wars toy collector group on Facebook who documented their local Target has Star Wars toys on clearance.
Whoa!
So here we go. We got there's the Grogu action figure already marked down. There's our boy Grogu, 30% off. Mandalorian helmet marked down to $20.99. That is a Mando helmet. Some of the toys are already being marked down.
Wow.
I mean, you could zoom in on all the way in there. There's the numbers.
Hey, Wiz, could you keep zooming? I'm not sure that's authentic. Keep zooming.
You want me to just keep going?
Keep going.
Is that cool?
Nope. Keep going.
I have zoomed as far as I can zoom.
Can we do like in Mission Impossible and we ask it to clean up the resolution just on the fly?
Yeah, enhance.
Enhance. Culture knew the reference. I always loved back in the 90s when the satellite would zoom in on the nostril of the dog or the enemy, and they'd be like, enhance. It just cleared it completely up. Like you could go down to the atomic level from satellites. Well, folks, we can now verify based on that zoom in, the ink is dry, and they're trying to get these things off the shelves.
Wow.
Even the tortilla chips are on clearance.
You got to get those tortilla chips moving. Move the tortillas. Let's go. Full force ahead.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful.
Who'd have thought Star Wars stuff would be on clearance 13 days after a movie launched?
Hey, Wiz, what's this other thing you sent me?
Nope, that was me.
No, it's not. It's Wiz. This is Wiz's thing.
Okay.
Oh, the Disney World thing?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the. Oh my gosh!
That works perfect.
That doesn't even look like me. Not even remotely close.
You're right. It's not Asian.
Oh no.
Oh boy,
man,
I tell you.
You know, look at the picture I have right now.
What?
It looks ridiculous.
The audience is saying they've never seen so much skin on you, Wiz.
Yeah, buns and thighs.
Buns and thighs. That's part of Lauren's favorite chicken recipe.
That's right, buns and thighs.
T. McNeil for 5. I think that MK. Now, help me out here. Usually that's Magic Kingdom, but that's not the case here. Megyn Kelly and Ben Shapiro are also suffering from backing off from supporting El Presidente, the Orange El Trumpo. Yes, like Culture Casino is saying. Well, is Ben dropping off of President Trump? I don't watch them day by day, so that's hard for me to say.
No, but I at least not that I know of. But I think that what he may be suffering from is separate from what the other guys are suffering from. It's just he's predictable. I think that's a lot of the problem you're seeing in this space.
That's a good point. Predictiality. KB4342 has gifted 5 WDW Pro memberships. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Truly, we mean it. You're the gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
God dang.
Did Hank not play?
Yeah, no, it was abbreviated.
Hank, get back on the screen.
God dang it, from the bottom of our hearts here on the WDW Pro channel, thank you.
Now, folks, we're going to get a few more of these super chats. We're going to have to leave them for just a few. We're going to get the next segment. We'll come back. We'll get them. I promise. We won't leave them behind. We never do. Even Jonas. Kuru Kangaroo for 2. Eat the chickens. There's one man here who has that as a plan every day he wakes. Every day he rises. Michael Cooley for 5. Who needs drunk Supergirl when we can have reckless Bob fighting for truth, justice, and whatever. John for 5. Steve, I'm sorry, you failed to pose your answer as a question. Pro. Care to try to finish the category? I'll take puppeteers who were not actually right for 500. Kuru Kangaroo for 2. What coffee does Pro drink? Typically a shaken ristretto. Now, I'll sometimes call it a shaken espresso because most people don't know what a ristretto is, but typically it's a shaken ristretto is what I'll drink. And
that's a little fancy.
Yeah,
Pro drinks fancy coffee.
Fancy schmancy.
Not stirred? Shaken, not stirred?
You watch yourself, Bond. But right now it's matcha, and Wiz, you make matcha, is that right?
That's right. Yeah, we do. We make and we supply coffee shops all over the United States with.
Is it okay to say that? Did I accidentally give too much away about you and your magic tricks?
We talk about it sometimes, but I think we're excited to be launching our new brand Matcha very soon.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
All right, we'll come back and get all the others, but first, these 10s. Staccato giving us the win. Wouldn't it be cheaper for Disney to buy out Filoni's contract and put someone else in charge? The bump in stock price would pay for that several times over. My suspicion, Staccato, is that Alan Bergman, who's over all the film division, I suspect he's going to be running Lucasfilm. You're not going to hear that. They're not going to say that, but I think that's what's going to happen, Culture.
They need to bring Alan Horn back, honestly. They ran him out on the rail because, he's male and pale.
Double Alan, eh?
Yeah. Alan and Alan did a really good job for a really long time.
Really long time.
Yeah, and that other fellow they chased out of there that teamed up with Peltz. You remember him? Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who was the guy with Peltz?
Perlmutter?
Yep, Perlmutter.
Is that Perlmutter?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy that Peltz put up as his number 2 that was going to be on the board. Okay.
Oh, Jay Rasulo, the former...
that's right. Jay Rasulo. Good job, Culture. Wow, what a pull. Good job. That's why they call him Casinopedia. JH70778 for 10. What do you all think A New Hope will do in February? Will this send another message to Disney? It will be on IMAX screens for the first time. To know that, what we have to know is the number of screens they're going to put it on. I cannot say how it will do until we know, one, how many screens will it be on? 2, how long will they leave it on said screens?
Ooh, can I add 3?
Ooh, yeah.
3. Is it the original version edited by Marshall Lucas?
It's the 77 original.
Cleaned up. It's no George garbage.
Right.
Oh,
77.
Fantastic.
This is before they put A New Hope in the title. This is Star Wars.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna say it's gonna make all the money.
Now,
77 in 8K.
Here's a point that I've wanted to bring up for a while, and I haven't yet because we're not really there yet. I think there's 2 trains of thoughts here, because you remember when they had the Revenge of the Sith Anniversary Edition come out?
I'm not doing math equations, Lauren. You can tell me one train leaves at one station and the other. I'm not doing that, okay?
You remember when last year they had the Revenge of the Sith Anniversary Edition came out, and they pulled it because it was doing so well against another movie that they had debuted.
They had, yeah.
Now, they have different leadership now, so they may not do that. But next year is the 50th anniversary. And I think besides this movie, the re-release of the 77 original, they have to have some big announcement next year. They've got to do something big, because you can't just... It's got to be something else. They have to start telling us, what are you going to do? And... it's not going to be too long before we're going to start hearing something, because they have to prime the pump for whatever those announcements are going to be.
So, and here's the thing. I am going to be at one of those priming pump events in August. I'm going to take the damage none of you have to take it, because I'm going to be at the D23 Expo event in August. So I will gather what I hear from there, from the people that speak out of turn, which happens quite often at those events, and we'll see. But I tell you what, they should release all 3 of the original films in open. They have to be doing it at an open mat, because I mean they had 70 millimeter. Am I correct at the time? That was what the format, the largest format was back then. Am I right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to get all the way through an IMAX screen. I think they need more height, which means maybe they have an open mat that they can work from to give you more screen height. We'll see. I think open mat's like the coolest thing ever, but you sometimes get to see like lighting rigs and stuff. But we'll see.
We shall see. All right, I want to play Staccato's clip, because Staccato, we appreciate you. And it's such a good thing to see you out there. Thank you so much. All right, let's go back now. Let's see. what is it? We've lost the super chat that told us about the fight, but somebody said to us, and I'm sorry, I've lost the name now. Have you guys covered the fight at Epcot? I want to show you all something real quick, okay? It's time for the brag. We're just going to do this. Brittany Miller is writing this over on Fox Business. Disney World guest arrested after allegedly throwing glasses of water over resort restaurant seating dispute. And it's going to talk about Leslie Helen Varley, 57. And it's going to talk about how this happened at Steakhouse 71. Folks, That Park Place, the YouTube channel, thumbnail by Lorne, by the way. That came out 8 days ago. If you want to know where to go to be ahead of the culture curve, I told you we're going to brag. 8 days ago. 8 days ago. You're just now hearing it on the Legacy News. If you're here, 8 days ago. How's that for you? Way to go, Lorne. And way to go, everybody out there who is working on That Park Place and making it happen. All right, one more before we hit the next story. John for 10. Tom, all coffee is good. Have y'all heard Marvel fans are pissified because they thought they were getting a Doomsday trailer but got a coffee ad instead? Yeah, we covered that. Was that yesterday? We covered that yesterday. They timed it also at the exact same time that they usually release trailers. And IGN is the one that came out looking just terrible and all that. So for one of the rare times in my life, I actually felt sorry for IGN. Don't get used to it, IGN. We're not doing that again very soon. All right, folks. Speaking of things that we feel sorry for, I don't feel sorry for James Gunn. I don't feel sorry for Millie Alcock. That's how we say her name, right? But I do feel sorry for the peeps over there at, Skydance, Paramount, who are stuck with this thing, this Supergirl thing. Why don't we talk about that? Because Trainwrecks look better than what's going down right now, and the losses on Supergirl could be the kind of thing that even make the Mando movie look pretty darn good. The Supergirl movie is turning into a total train wreck, and now people are asking, is James Gunn truly done? We've got some stuff we're going to talk about in here that you may not have heard before. The final trailer is out, and if we look at this, it's more of what we've seen mostly, except for, and let's see if we can get this exactly, it's at the very beginning of the trailer, we get her coming down the sky, but then we get old Corn Sweat. Corn Sweat's back. Superman. He's back and he's looking angelic, looking at him, and she says these lines in here basically about how he sees everything. Hopefully, I see the truth, and we get more shots of the injured dog, right? But this is just not looking good whatsoever. It feels like to us now they're using Superman and the dog to try to get you to buy. Well, there you go, tickets.
Well, is Flop Sweat really going to sell more tickets?
That's harsh. We like Corn Sweat. He can't help what's happening to him. You call him Flop Sweat? Really? That's funny.
I mean, he didn't sell enough tickets to his original Superman movie.
Right.
So
I'm with you.
So why would his extended appearances, which they reshot a substantial portion of this film to add more of him in it?
Now, culture... just so people understand, we're not speaking from a place of bias.
No.
In front of Congress, it was stated in front of Congress. How does this happen? But in front of Congress, it was stated that Superman needed $700 million, and it got $6 million. Now, Supergirl, to your point, is looking much, 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 much. Can I say much again? Worse than that. Let's go now to the story. We've got it out of Dark Horizon. Supergirl tracking for soft box office start. DC Studios' Supergirl film opens in a month, and early box office projections paint an uncertain picture. Okay, that's an interesting way to put this. Box office theory, Sean out there, reports that the earliest projections for the title suggest the film will open somewhere between 47 million and 65 million domestically. That is half or worse than Superman. So let's just play that out. Let's just say that if it's half or worse than Superman, then the worldwide total would also be half or worse. I'm gonna think it's worse. Guys, I think Supergirl is going to come in under $300 million worldwide.
Whoa.
And it's talking about it's close to the likes of the Marvels and Black Adam.
Wow.
And it's getting so bad now that you've got these kinds of articles coming out. Hollywood Handle, Supergirl has a budget of $175 million. The film needs $315 to break even. That is ludicrously bad. But I want to show everybody something. Normies have caught on. And kudos to Valiant Renegade for making this happen. His coverage has just made this impossible for them to do it anymore. They still try to, but look at this. Follow the Bradley's fun. No, that's not how break even works. Well done. Cinema Hub. This has to be a typo by Deadline because according to Hollywood Reporter, Mandalorian Grogu cost $165 million and needs $500 to $600 to break even. Not bad, Cinema Hub.
Wow.
CJ, say you don't know how budgets work without saying you don't know how budgets work.
CJ.
Judges Show Tunes Gaming. I will never understand the difference in those numbers. Well, you see, they also spend a ton of money on advertisers. The bottom line here is they can't get away with this anymore. Everybody knows the trick. It's over. But it's really over when it comes to these numbers. If it's going to perform at half the level of Superman, I think James Gunn is done. And there's something that we've been holding on to for a long time. I'm going to talk about in just a minute. But first, I want to go to the panel and ask you guys about it. Culture, starting with you, your thoughts on Supergirl heading for half of Superman, and that's just not something that DC can afford at all.
Well, they couldn't afford this little adventure to begin with, and again, James Gunn turned them down for the DC job originally. It was only his pal Peter Safran joining in as a team effort for him to say, "Okay, we'll give this a try." He's talked about it in interviews that maybe he won't be doing, the head of the studio, but he'll still be part of projects for DC in the future. I'm not sure if he was trying to indicate that maybe new leadership would be coming in with new ownership, which is definitely on the horizon here, and that deal looks to close at the end of July, to be fair. So they could actually get some of that wrapped up, but we'll see. I mean, it officially wouldn't happen until the end of the third quarter, which would be well beyond that. Different conversation, but they can't afford for this film to do this poorly, and yet all I have to do is point out the author of the material, which is Tom King, the worst comic book writer and CIA agent ever. And so I think it's going to be interesting to see this earn half of what Superman earned, because the derivative character of Supergirl relies so heavily upon her cousin, and we're not really going to get the benefit of that interaction anymore. Not to mention the marketing has been terrible, and this chick has Rachel Zeglered the heck out of this film. I don't know if Wiz agrees with me or not, but I think that the marketing has just destroyed the movie, which is not how you do things.
Let me toss Wiz a little extra here. We are very careful to always treat our sources well, and I'm not going to say anywhere close to what we could. But I'm going to say that we've been sitting on something that I think is going to get major attention one day, and we may not be the first to talk about it because we're being very careful. And there might be some people out there watching right now who are listening to me, and they're saying, "Thank you, bro," or they're saying, "Boy, I hope he doesn't say what he could say that we told him." But whatever the case may be, I'm going to be very careful. Wiz, we've been sitting for a long time hearing that there is major unrest with Millie Alcock that precedes her making the Christian dad comment that was just utterly stupid. But that behind the scenes, maybe James Gunn is the only one fighting for her, and that it may have been very unfortunate in the eyes of the studio that he signed her to another movie, and that she is a real problem. And I cannot go beyond. I can just tell you that I bet you that if people at Warner Brothers are listening right now, if people at DC are listening right now, they're saying, boy, is she a problem. So Wiz, they're stuck with her, and it's not going to get better.
No, it's not going to get better. When you look at somebody like Superman, the character Superman, and when you look at the character of Supergirl, these are two that need to resonate with virtually everybody, right? Superman needs to resonate with everybody. Supergirl needs to resonate with everybody. It's not just little kids. It's not just grandparents. It's everybody of all generations, of all genders, all walks of life should be able to look at these two characters, the Superman and Supergirl, and be like, they are ideals of hope. And we don't have that in this DC universe. David Corenswet is trying his best with garbage writing. Millie Alcock is not trying at all. She is not attempting at all to bridge the gaps to make this Supergirl movie feel welcoming to not only everybody but anybody. Right? This is not a movie for anyone. It is. I couldn't even say it's for the people that made it, because sometimes you could say, well, they made it for themselves. You know, sometimes when we don't like things, like, for instance, with Superman, we say with Superman, oh, well, James Gunn made a Superman for himself. This Supergirl movie isn't for anyone. There is nothing in this that seems remotely interesting. If we weren't seeing it because we cover these things, but also we provide honesty to it, like, we're going to see this. And it looks terrible, but I might walk out and say it was great. And if it is, I'll defend it. And I'll say, I was wrong. This movie's great. I've said the same thing with Master of the Universe, same thing with Toy Story. I don't have high expectations with these movies. But if they're great, I'll tell you they're great. This looks awful. But families are done. Kids don't care. The goal of the DCU was supposed to be introducing DC characters to Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha is not in the know of culture like millennials and Gen Z were, okay? There's been a gap. The COVID gap changed everything. You know, Gen Alpha doesn't know James Bond. That's why Amazon made a $200 million video game. Gen Alpha doesn't really have a connection to Superman because it's been a long time since Superman has been in the cultural zeitgeist. That's what the Superman movie 2025 was supposed to do. That is what Supergirl right now is supposed to be doing. It is failing colossally to do that. And when it bombs at the box office, which it definitely will, there's no one else to blame but the people involved. Is it just James Gunn? Probably not. I think it's everybody. I think it's the corporate executives. It's the marketers who allowed all of this to happen. It's the journalists who allowed Millie Alcock to say that it's the Christian dads it's okay if we upset the Christian dads. It's the writers who thought that this writing was going to be a good idea, you know, and it's also the content creator shills out there that are going to run defense for this when it does tank and they start moving the goalpost, or as they are right now, saying that, oh, well, it's okay because the budget on this thing is so low. It's one of the cheapest. It's the cheapest superhero movie yet, right? That's what they're going to be saying.
When did we just hear that, Wiz? What was the movie that just had that narrative?
Star Wars, Mandalorian, Grogu. And I'm really glad you brought up the fact that the work that we've all been doing and the work that our friend Valiant Renegade has been doing, to his credit, because he's the one breaking down some of these numbers too, it is changing the game. They cannot hide behind the numbers because we're holding them accountable for their fake numbers. It's beautiful. It can't just be us. It has to be you two at home. Like, you two at home, when you see these things online, leave them a comment. They're using the wrong numbers. They're literally misleading you. And I think it's up to us. If we keep calling them out, they can't handle it. They're buckling under the pressure. Look at Star Wars shills right now. They cannot handle it. They're literally not even posting anymore because they've been backed into the corner so bad, they don't know what to do. Mandalorian and Grogu is failing so bad, the Disney shills have gone silent. This is incredible. What a time.
What a time. Lauren, I think I know where they're going to go next. And this is going to be a hot take. You ready for a hot take?
Go ahead.
Get ready for the hot potato, okay? The spud's on the way. Is that 6-7? I don't know. Lauren? I think they're going to stop reporting box office numbers at some point. I think the studios, I think the big ones are going to say, this is too damaging. We need to get away from this. We need to not make this public anymore. And I don't know how they're going to do it. But I can tell you, it's not necessary. There's no law that requires it. And I would not be surprised if this goes away in the next 3 years.
I don't think it helps because they still need to report those numbers to the advertisers. You know, that's ultimately that's going to be an issue. Because once it goes to streaming, you know, that's how they're going to justify where they're going to put it, what the licensing costs are going to be. They're going to want to know how popular was this movie.
But you know, it's the last thing, Lauren. They've tried to hide Rotten Tomatoes. They've tried to change it to the point people don't believe anything that it says. This is like the last step in the strategy to completely remove the ability to track what's popular and what's not.
I don't think it matters. What they can try and say that something is popular, but people know what is popular. What's popular is what you're talking to your friends about, the things that make you excited and that you try to urge them to go to a theater to see. If something is not popular, you're also going to be talking about it. And you're going to tell them, no, this was a dog turd. Don't go see it. Don't support it. You trust your friends and the people whose taste you trust. You don't trust the people that are trying to sell you the thing. That's like trusting your car salesman when he tells me, trust me, I got a great deal for you. And I would also say, when this thing fails, and by the way, the only thing about the Supergirl trailer that I think it convinced me of is that they would have been better off making a Lobo movie. Once this James Gunn era does fail, they're going to have to restart again. And they're going to have to figure out Superman again, but I'm going to help them along. I know what they need to do.
They need to sell tickets.
Well. Yes. Would you look at that?
You know,
I like it.
I like it. It's really tight.
It really is.
Yeah.
The shoulders are not broad enough, though. I know Wiz in real life. He's got broad shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, they
Strong
should
guy.
be, because that's an actual photo of him.
That's an actual photo?
Yeah.
Go back to it. Hang on. Is this real? No, wait. We've done so much AI now. That's not real.
You want to see the source?
That's a good photo.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go with it then.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Culture.
To your point about not reporting the box office numbers.
Yeah.
How are they going to get around like the requirements for like publicly traded, entities?
Well, they'll disclose. You've seen how Disney does it. You hide it inside a broader ledger.
Well, and that's a problem that they've been getting called out regularly by investors.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't care. Has it changed them?
Well, they lost. I think they went under 100 today on their stock price.
They've been there. They don't care. They've been in the same place for 15 years, despite inflation. They don't care.
I just want to point out, there's the original source.
Also, not right. The shoulders are wrong.
That's
You're right.
That's an unaltered image.
It's clearly AI.
That's an actual image.
Clearly.
So if I put my hands on the desk, it looks different.
Can you put your hands on the desk? I don't even know that you can.
Well,
No,
no, my actual
Whoa!
desk, not the desk in the image.
Whoa! His hands are huge. It's Shaquille O'Neal in a wizard suit. Boy, we have completely went off the rails now, ladies and gentlemen. But did you have a good time? We had a good time. I'm inclined to ask you to let us know your thoughts on all of this. Of course, is Millie Alcock going to be around much longer? Is James Gunn done? We'd love to hear from you. We have covered this. We've covered this, but we got to come back to it again because this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. If you've not seen this yet, you're in for something we've never seen before out of Disneyland. And it was only on Reddit, and it's just starting to make its way. In about 5 days, you'll see it on the legacy media, right? Fox News, CNN, they'll all be covering this in 5 days. But hey, drive-bys, we got your back, okay? Tomorrow's headlines today, right here for you. Get your jumbo pencils ready. Out of the subreddit, Disneyland, we can no longer assist you at this time. Have you guys seen this yet?
I did. And this to me is them just saying, well, good luck, folks.
So the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, to give people an idea, is an attraction that has a lot of people. It's a people mover, actually. It's an omni mover. Mm-hmm. And you really, if you have to be evacuated, you really need for cast members to help you to do so, because even with the work lights on, there are places that you would not want to step off the path.
It'd be bad.
In Haunted Mansion. You will have a steep drop, and there are actually, I believe, Culture, am I right about this? that people have disembarked from the ride before and died?
I can't confirm that. All I know is you can get terribly injured because there are some heights to fall from. Let me phrase it that way. In fact, the ballroom scene, if you can recall.
Oh yeah, that's one of the most dangerous places. That in the attic.
It is because there's 3 floors there. You're on the top floor, and they're utilizing the Pepper's ghost effect, and below you is spinning machinery.
Yep.
You really don't want to be anywhere near any of that, kids.
But something happened that we have never seen before. At least I have not. I mean, we've heard that it exists for extreme emergency situations, and I'll explain that after we watch the video. Well, you know what? Let's just play it. You all see, this happened at the end of May, and nobody in the legacy media is talking about this.
Once again, for all of my guests inside the Haunted Mansion, we can no longer assist you at this time. We ask that you hop out of your buggy and find the nearest exit. If you can, there is a latch on the left-hand side that you can press down to open the clamshell.
Okay. To the left.
I'm gonna play the audio one more time, folks. In case you missed it, they say we cannot assist you. Get out of here.
Once again, for all of my guests inside the Haunted Mansion, we can no longer assist you at this time. We ask that you hop out of your buggy and find the nearest exit. If you can, there is a latch on the left-hand side that you...
I feel like I'm being astroturfed.
So,
oh my gosh!
What's amazing to me is if you have a disability,
you got problems.
You're trapped.
What do you do? If you're in one of these places where you got to get out and it's really dangerous to get out, you need a cast member to guide you.
Yep.
What do you do? So let me walk people through this, okay? Because I'm a bit of an expert, as Peppa Pig's dad will sometimes say. I'm a bit of an expert at that. I know a little bit about Disney. Got my name from that, maybe. So here's the deal. There does exist a procedure, to my understanding, in which they would evacuate the ride without sending out cast members.
Yep.
It is extraordinarily rare, and we have never, to my knowledge, ever seen it happen. And that is if for whatever reason something has happened that makes it so dangerous that they cannot send cast members, then they would make an announcement. They would tell guests how to escape their vehicles, and the guests can then escape. So imagine a world where there's a gas leak, or there is a device, or there's some reason they literally cannot send cast members into it. To my knowledge, we've never seen this happen. No. And I don't see anything happening, culture, that gives me any indication that this should have been what was done. I don't understand this at all, why this happened, but we got to talk about it. Like, are you even safe at Disneyland at this point? Because this is crazy.
Well, I think they didn't have enough cast members for this attraction.
Not good enough.
I think you had two cast members monitoring the e-stop so the ride wouldn't lurch forward, and they were very concerned with that being compromised in some way.
Can you imagine though?
Got injured. Yeah.
Can you imagine the legal ramifications if somebody had, if they had fallen, if they had, if somebody who's disabled, and we don't know yet. No. We're just seeing this video. We don't know all the other scenes and what people have been through. And if they're going to lawyer up, if something happened, they're going to lawyer up. They're not going to talk about it if they have any sense. They're going to be strategizing on what they want to do. Wiz, you're a theme park fan. I mean, wow. Six Flags doesn't do this. Nobody does this.
I'm having flashbacks to when I was on Universal's Escape from Gringotts, and there's that first big drop, and it froze right there. So we were stuck hanging, and it felt like an eternity. I look at this and I'm like, I hope nobody's in any kind of danger with this, because this is I don't know what's the deal with these theme parks, man. But this is bad. This is a bad look, and like people look concerned. So this is extremely dangerous.
It's a free for all. Figure it out. Figure your own way out of here. So you've got all these fights. We recently covered that there was this situation at, a guest that was out of control at Steakhouse 71. We've had the news covering people losing their lives voluntarily, leaping from the Contemporary Resort, and all this kind of stuff. I think if Disney's not careful, we're about to get into a situation where there's a real image issue, because it was not so long ago we were covering people trying to escape the monorail because the monorail was broken in the middle of the day and people were breaking out the windows. So this has got to stop. This stuff is, and how many times have we watched dragons burn to the ground? Right? It's starting to get to the point now. This stuff doesn't happen at Universal, or at least we don't see it. So I have to assume it doesn't happen at Universal. But every month, every 6 months at Disney, there's some crazy thing that comes out. Maybe that's how TPM Vids is doing so well. No, we love our friends at TPM Vids. But Culture, what do you think about the idea that there are a lot of mechanical issues at Disney, and there are a lot of safety concerns that just continue to pop up over and over now?
Well, let me suggest something that I'm going to be careful about how I say. Maybe some corners are being cut that didn't used to get cut.
Maybe.
I know that one of the goals of the new next gen stuff that they were putting in back in the early 2000s was to remove more money from your wallet as a consumer, but also to cut back on staffing for cast members. And I'm not sure that didn't get rolled out in a way that was detrimental to the parks and guest safety.
Hey, Lauren, as we were watching that, you saw just how fragile those tombstones look and those props. And I can tell you that the pop-up ghosts, they're not made to take any weight whatsoever. So when you send out guests, you're taking a real chance, not only with their safety, but these are extremely expensive items. They're hard to replace. They're custom made, every single one of them.
Priceless. They're priceless.
Priceless. And they're really lucky that somebody didn't stumble and fall on a tombstone, file a lawsuit. And also you've got, the Haunted Mansion is down or it has a tarp in it. I don't know if the cast members were fired. I don't know if they did what was right or wrong, but Lauren, it's crazy to let loose people in this kind of an environment with no safeguards.
Yeah, especially if the people that were on the ride didn't know what was going on or why they were in danger. Because, people are generally herd animals. If one person panics, you could have had a stampede. And if you're on something like the third floor, like you're saying, and you've got improper support underneath you, boy, howdy, could this have been bad. One thing that did make me curious, I don't know if we know this or not, because I think all we're going off of is the video. Are we certain that this was a situation where the ride itself stopped? Or could it have been a situation where, as you said, somebody made a threat and that prevented them from going in? Could it have been a threat instead of an actual breakage of some kind?
It could be. The things we know that it happened at 11 p.m. in the evening at a time when Disneyland was going to close at midnight. We know that there are no sirens and that there are no alarms. So that probably rules out some of the things, but you're right. We don't know. Did they get some sort of threat? But I'll tell you this. If there's some sort of threat, one would assume that the police are going to, like a SWAT team is going to come through the Haunted Mansion, which, boy, would that be interesting. How does a SWAT team navigate the Haunted Mansion? That's a day to remember. But we don't know some of the details, but I can tell you, we have to really think outside the box to come up with a reason that you want guests running around the Hatbox Ghost and not knowing where is the closest exit exactly. That is pandemonium, and Disney was lucky they didn't add more ghosts to the Haunted Mansion that night. Folks, we've hit the Super Chat goal. We're the luckiest crew there ever was. And we're lucky enough to get to tell you that Culture Casino is going to head on over to the Hollywood Backlot with Louie and you. They're starting just a few minutes late tonight. It's my fault, but Culture, we just love you so much. I couldn't stop. I had to have you for that segment, and so I apologize, but I appreciate you staying with us so late.
No, it's fine, and I know Lou and I are very excited for tonight's show. We have more stories than we're going to have time to tell ourselves, so I just want to say thanks for having me as usual, and I get to hang out with some of the the people I had one of the best weeks of my life with. So I'm just going to say thank you all. And thank you all for being here and being so generous to us tonight. You guys, the super chat goal, all the gifted memberships, you guys really brought it tonight. So thank you so very much. So on that note, thanks for having me, Pro.
Whoa. Before you go, Culture.
Okay. All right.
Not everybody has seen this. And I just want to show it to everybody. You said you had one of the best weeks ever.
Yeah.
Culture, we did too.
Yeah.
That's you preparing to go whitewater rafting with Jonathan Watson. Jonathan Watson is a guy who is world renowned in the Tolkien space. He leads one of the biggest websites for Lord of the Rings fandoms. Yeah. And you guys went whitewater rafting in Culture. The legend grows for you, sir. You are a true manly man outdoors. And legend has it, you dove straight into the rapids. You didn't even care. You didn't want to be in the boat. And like a dolphin, you just came flipping back into the raft. It was amazing.
Well,
like a salmon in Canada.
Technically, I did a back roll like I would for scuba diving out of the raft, but that's a different conversation.
I wish I could make a dolphin sound. All right, Culture.
I gotta go.
See you,
I can't
buddy.
do a dolphin sound.
You got this. You got this. All right.
Bye.
And then there were 3. All right, gentlemen. I think we got time for one more segment if we do super chats. Do we have Wiz? Can you stick around that long, or do you need to go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I feel good about it. We got about 1,200 of you joining us right now, folks, and we don't want to end a good time. We can't help it. We love spending time with you. It's true. So what are we going to do? Let's get the super chats right now. And folks, we told you we'll never leave a single one behind. Not this time and not ever. England DG for 5. Whoa, this arrest is nuts all over a missed Space 220 reservation. Are you even allowed to be in Epcot without shoes or shirt? Has it gotten that bad? No, wait a minute. Space 220. Wiz, is there some new story? Did we link to the right one, you think? Either way, it was Fox News was 8 days late. Yeah. Either way, Fox News was 8 days late to the story we had. Kalioth, a member for 4 months. A legend is born. Real life, fake Asian. JS and his jar of dirt.
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, that's right. There you go. We've got Chris A, 426 for 5. I want a Star Wars trilogy where the ancient Sith Empire returns. Thousands of them. They kill all the Disney heroes and reclaim the rule of the galaxy. Poor, who's the most sympathetic Disney character we can come up with? Poor Mowgli.
Rostico.
No.
You know, say what you will about the Sith Empire, but they kept the hover trains running on time.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were nothing if not punctual. England for 2, 24. Body cam is newly released, but not breaking. All right, we'll stay tuned to it. Might be on Midwest Safety. John for 5. LMAO at just now seen Fake Wizards Avatar of the Moment. With the popcorn. Popcorn, I'm sure. Or was it Masters of the Universe? Let us know which one had you. We've got Irate for 199. Why is He-Man suddenly a bearded Asian wizard?
That's a good question. This will be me tomorrow afternoon going to see the movie.
Look at those abs.
Yeah.
He works out. John for 5, 30% off. I call 3 to 4 weeks until Ollie's has a new product line. I would not want to be in charge of all the Mando candies and Bath and Body Works stuff. E.T. is about to have a real big companion over there in that landfill. England for 2, they should have sold the chips with Grogu moly.
I'm sure someone had something like that.
It would be the red color.
KB Hugs for 499. If Apple TV can't get their act together, how long do you think the all-new, all-different WB Legendary lets them keep damaging the brand? I think they got Supergirl stuff to worry about right now. What do you guys think? I think they got bigger fish to fry right now. I think James Gunn is burning hundreds of millions of dollars on them. They got to get that guy out of there. But I take the point on Apple TV. John for 5, excellent. Repost Pro nearly choked on my drink. Is that how I say that, Lauren? Or is it Riposte?
It's not Riposte.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I say Riposte.
Did you take the hat and beard off?
Archer for 5. I will take over Lucasfilm and bring you all in for films and shows. Let's save Star Wars on our terms, baby, our terms. I hear you. Let's do it. John for 5, I've seen some video shorts. Still don't quite understand why, but apparently women do not like Supergirl. Is it the party girl thing? Not sure. We're going to have to get some of the lady friends out there to hop on in and tell us what they think about Supergirl. Maybe Kara. Kara's a guest tomorrow. And maybe Paul Chatto. Chatto, he's close enough. He can tell us.
Yeah.
He's played
Chief Poplu?
He's played a woman and an Ewok. Wolfle McGruffle. I hope Paul's out there to hear that. Wolfle McGruffle for 5. Pro F2 trains leave the station 30 minutes apart. My avatar has a pompadour now. How now, brown cow? What were we talking about again? Clearly about Impressionism and whether or not it had a major effect on the trajectory of humanity in Southern Europe. England again for 10. Supergirl does everything that a Supergirl does. Make the sandwich, cook the food, clean the toilets. It's all good. Look out. Here comes the Supergirl. Wait, wrong franchise. Here she comes to ruin the day. Freedom Seeker for $4.99. I'm very late. Out of obligation for my tardiness and the goal. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we hit the goal. And reward is on the way. Tomorrow, check it out. We'll have a new contest to pick out the brand new emoji. Last time, you all selected the fake wizard emoji. What will it be this time? Patrick, get away for 5. Joe Isuzu starts doing movie reviews. Quote, trust me. England for 2, we need an Asian Snape video now. Like Nerdrotic. Not a bad idea.
Wow. That'd be funny.
Jeffrey Spry for 2. Here's for the goal. Thank you, Jeffrey. You keep the wheels turning here at Somewhere Sunny, USA. John for 5. YouTube no like me, want goal. We like you good, big time. Wolfle McGruffle, the crime dog, is out there for 5. Wizard, I hate to say it, but I'm offended on behalf of Asian people for your cultural appropriation of Asian people. Kidding, not kidding.
I didn't start it. Steph from My Nerdy Home started it, okay? I didn't do it.
In actuality, he is an ancient Asian fake wizard. He is actually the first. They appropriated it from him.
He didn't start the fire. Axel the Red for $4.99. It's not just Holly Weird pushing Girl Boss Sony State of Play. Was a total disaster with Girl Boss Gun of War. Looks more like layoffs in their future.
Oh, it was terrible.
What about Last of Us? Was that better?
I don't know which is worse. I think this upcoming God of War is the final boss of the AAA games industry.
Wait a minute. What about certain GTA?
I don't think it's going to be as
you think they're you think they're scrubbing GTA as we speak, trying to fix that thing up?
Yeah. I think I think that's part of the delays. I think that's a big part of it because it's worth too much. Whereas this is hubris on full display to a $200 billion budget or more. It's probably going to be more.
Well said. John for 5, have to be very careful here. Allegedly, 23 Disney employees were arrested for allegedly being a certain type worthy of being discarded.
It's just the same Epcot arrest and the Space 220. I've been looking. I can't find anything on this.
Look, I think there's a few things getting conflated. The arrests being talked about in this...
Is the cruise line?
Yeah, that was from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I did find something about an arrest at Epcot regarding Space 220 reservations, but it was from a year ago. So I think there's a number of stories that are sort of getting commingled here.
We're on it, though, folks. I promise. We are on it. The finger is on the pulse of the mouse. England for 10 sings. We got to sing this? Hang on. All right. Wait a minute. What's the tune?
You get to choose the tune. It's like a game.
And walk outside. No, that's not going to work. I don't know. What are we going to sing it to? The Itsy Bitsy Spider? Get out of the ride and walk outside. You can't find your way. Wait a minute. Grim Grinning Ghosts. That's what we're going to do. Grim Grinning Ghosts go out to socialize. So get out of the ride and walk outside. You can't find your way out of the ride. Turn on the lights to help you see, but you can't rely on me. Grimbroken ride, just now please go, hang on. Grimbroken ride, now please go outside.
That was good.
Thank you. Okay, I'll take it.
Good.
You know, halfway in, I was really hoping that this was not a fiasco. John for 5, whoopee, admitted publicly to spreading the ashes of a family member. Surely she is not alone. I've heard they have to shut it down once a season. Here's the deal, folks. Your loved one, unless they put it in their will, and even then, don't do it. If you pour their ashes out in a Disney ride, they're going in the HVAC system. So it may seem like you put them to rest, but you didn't. They're getting sucked up in the vacuum suck.
But it does mean when they said that your loved one will always be a part of you, that they weren't entirely wrong.
Now, commence Operation Vacuum Suck. Suck, suck, suck.
Also, the optics of wanting to put your family member in the haunted house, that there's 999 ghosts that are trapped there. Like, did you pay attention to the story at all?
I need to speak to people, my loved ones right now. Dear loved ones, as you're now watching this after my passing and going back to the archives of the Pro Channel and what I wanted with my final wishes, for all of my exes that I disliked and had to end it myself, for all of my exes, I wish for my ashes to be sprinkled into their beverages so that I may haunt them for all of eternity. I'm a humble man, and I am not vindictive at all. And I'm happily married. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Wow.
Don't do that.
I think I just figured out what I want done with my mortal remains.
I knew it. See? Jonas is out there. Look, Jonas is back. Had to bring him back. Jonas is back.
Jonas is back. Had to bring him back. Back in the groove. Jonas is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let him shine. Jonas is back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Had to bring him back. Jonas is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let him shine.
Tomorrow. I rate for 199. Power to the Niners. I've thought about having white horse covering B and M. It's more Lego stuff. Bricks and... If I say it, do we get in trouble on YouTube these days? Bricks and minifigs, or are we rewarded? Is that the hot thing, Wiz? Should I be covering that 24/7, 365 every moment of the day?
You probably should.
All right, we'll do it tomorrow.
I haven't even looked into it yet myself because I'm like, oh, okay, I need to watch like a 2-hour documentary to figure it out and get caught up. But yeah, you should probably cover that one.
We're doing it. We're doing it tomorrow. We're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. Folks, we're going to Southeast Game Exchange. Coming us live and in person July 17th through 19th at Greenville, South Carolina. You can see it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come hang out with me and Lauren and Wiz and a bunch of your friends from the YouTubes. We'd love to shake your hand, give you a high five, and, maybe even some knucks. Just to say thank you for joining us. We'll be debuting a brand new game called Zax, and open beta starts next week. We'll give you details on that next week. Hang tight, folks. It's going to be a great ride, and just the beginning of many times getting to do live events. Corn Pop. Oh, boy. Look at that. Hey, YouTube, I just want to say, we had nothing to do with this avatar. We are not responsible in any way, and you allowed this to happen. Corn Pop for $4.99. I've heard he's got good legs. Jonas came back. We don't know if he's gay. Might be possible. Sing me, bro. Please sing. Jonas is back. We don't know if he's gay. Doesn't really have a ring to it, though. It's not.
Jonas is back. Don't know if he's gay.
What a great song.
That's great.
Jonas is back.
Jonas is back. baby born on the brownstone steps. Harlem hit him with the right kind of death. No matter in the world where he goes away, can't take the soul out of his way.
Superhero films are falling, crashing, and dashing the hopes of studios all over the world, but there seems to be an exception to the rule, and Spider Noir is one such thing that is making people sing, wait a minute, this might be what saves the day. Maybe superheroes don't have to go the way of the Western genre. Spider Noir, a brand new TV show out there right now. You can watch it on Prime. 91% score on Rotten Tomatoes with the critics, but who cares about them? 93% with you, ladies and gentlemen. And the cool thing about this, Wiz, is that it's hearkening back to some of the old films, old movies, old TV shows. And I think people are really responding to this. You've been watching it. You're not yet to the finish line. And so we're not going to do spoilers here. That's not part of what we're doing. This is not a review. But Wiz, what do you think about the idea that superheroes can make a comeback, which sounds funny to say, but I think we're there now. Superheroes can make a comeback if the studios are willing to be avant-garde, if they're ready to do stuff that surprises and thrills, but doesn't subvert expectations.
Yeah, this one was a really interesting, premise. I mean, Nicolas Cage, okay, is a Spider-Man, okay, and it's a noir, oh, and it's really good, and it's that's these are things that you wouldn't have expected to have come together, and they did, and it's a very expensive show. We know this was not a cheap show, but Sony really didn't have much faith in it, and that's why Amazon ended up buying it. And look who's attached to this one, bro. Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Yep. Oh, what else have they done this year? Project Hail Mary. What else have they been a part of this year? Oh, The Sheep Detectives. Yep. These are 3 projects that have been awesome. These have been fantastic pieces of media. Really pieces of art. I think Spider Noir is up there. When you compare this show, which only had one job, it considered it, there's only one job with Spider Noir. It wanted to entertain audiences. And you take that and you compare it to everything that Disney is doing on Disney Plus with Marvel Entertainment. And there is no comparison. There is absolutely no comparison. Spider Noir, which it's a Sony production distributed by Amazon. What had Sony done previously? Madam Web, Craven, the Venom trilogy, all of those were garbage. They were terrible. And yet you had Phil Lord and Chris Miller come in, make something, and be part of a creative process of something that was authentic, that was sincere in what they were trying to do. That was a little unnerving in some places with how it kind of gets into a little bit body horror, a little too much for me at some points, just because I don't like the body horror stuff. And yet it sticks the landing. This is what superhero stuff needs to become if the genre itself is going to survive. There is no winking, nodding at the camera. There is no hey, we're in on the joke with you. Yeah, superheroes are cringe, right, audience? Right? As they wink at you, which is what Disney has become after Endgame. It's cynical. Everything Disney makes superhero is typically made through the lens of cynicism for the property. And Spider Noir is just fun Spider-Man stuff.
So this is where we go now, Wiz, to get I think, the real score. Criticless.com, and checking it on Spider Noir. 82% rating on the audience score, which is the only score that they have on Criticless, and 82% is phenomenal. 82% is phenomenal on Criticless. And I love the point you just made that this is what Disney should be doing on Disney Plus. If they were doing this on Disney Plus, they would have no problems with ratings. They would be in the top 10, and they're not. They're not. What they're producing is something entirely different. I'm finding it fascinating that the Into the Spider-Verse movies are doing fine, minus the delay. You've got the Spider-Man movies outside of the weird Venom stuff. They're doing good, and yet everything else, Marvel under Kevin Feige, is just not. where it needs to be and on the verge of Star Wars style collapse. But it doesn't have to be that way. As you said, this is actually really good, and it's nice to cover because we try to call balls and strikes. So it's nice to cover, Wiz, something in the superhero genre that we can actually get behind and say, yes, we recommend this. Is it a recommend from you, Wiz?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, it's a recommend. And it's, I actually wish they released it weekly. And I'm not a guy, I don't like weekly television. I really hate it. But that's only because I've been conditioned to hate weekly television because it's so unsatisfying now. Like you take Ironheart or Daredevil or things that, you know, that released weekly or in batches. Like Daredevil was every single week. And it is a terrible show. But here's something that each episode was satisfying enough on its own. Yes.
That's a fantastic point because I was ripping Marvel, MCU, and the DC streaming stuff is actually probably worse. So yes. I want to, you know, the Punisher or whatever it was. It wasn't Punisher. What was the one? What's the one that James Gunn just put out that was hard R?
Peacemaker season 2.
Peacemaker. We need to not give DC a pass. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's also, not only are they bad in context of the show, but all of these other properties are terrible to experience week to week to week. You're not looking forward to it. It is a chore to watch because nothing happens, but you need to keep watching. At least in our case, we need to keep watching because we're going to talk about it here and we're going to try to give an honest review. We're going to try our best. This is where you Spider Noir, as I also said with something like the One Piece season 2. These are shows that actually the episodes were so good. I don't need to keep watching enough right now. I'm good with the hour. I'll come back next week and watch some more. You made good television again. Why waste it by dumping it all in one go? And that's a separate problem. But you look at the Disney Plus stuff, Daredevil, Ironheart, even WandaVision. I can't stand WandaVision. WandaVision with its mystery box setup with no payoff. Agatha All Along. Captain America. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. These are shows.
You're hurting me, Wiz. You're hurting me.
Oh, what? You liked WandaVision?
No, you're bringing up so many terrible things that I was forced to watch for the purposes of this channel.
See, I'm sorry. Usually when I'm getting into this conversation, there's always somebody that says, I really liked WandaVision. And I'm like, you weren't paying attention to it then. Were you watching it with your eyes closed? See, wait, with Pro on camera, we now could see him reenacting these reactions.
How I felt during all of those terrible, but mostly Agatha. Lauren, is this the path forward, you think, for the superhero genre? Like, is this where we go now, finding these things that are interesting and unique and not cookie cutter? Because we've been doing cookie cutter for like 14 years now.
Well, I do think they would be better served by shaking things up a bit, you know, and I haven't started watching Spider Noir yet. I'm going to, and one of the things that I love about it is that it is the noir genre, and something that is cool about this. I love the noir genre. I love covering those style of movies when we do them on the Genre Guys. But Nick Cage played this character in the Into the Spider-Verse movies. He did a fantastic job there. I'm glad to hear this translates well into live action. I don't think you want to do everything noir, but I think you would be well served, for instance, by saying if you wanted to do a Superman movie, set it in the 40s or the 50s. You could do a black and white thing there where you do it straight and you do a golden or silver age version of the character.
Well, that's a great point. Superman belongs in a different era, I think.
Yeah, I think you could do Superman, say, in the 50s and do Batman in the 40s when he's allowed to be a little bit more brutal. Take advantage of the big black solid cars that you had at that time. Have a lot of Art Deco architecture. Go back to something like the Fleischer cartoon style. And maybe you'd get a little more of that old truth, justice, and the American way, too. I think that's what's lacking. We're so tired of irony. We're so tired of cynicism. We're so tired of, sorry, James Gunn, punk rock. Let's get back to Americana and maybe see if the thing flourishes again.
I would also elevate that where maybe it doesn't all need to be noir. Maybe it doesn't even need to be like timepiece related, but sincere. It just needs to be sincere. It's got to be a sincere story. The Spider Noir thing, and Lauren, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts after you get around to watching it. But it's like, oh, they took Spider-Man, which a lot of these stories we've heard before. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you've heard some of these stuff. You recognize these characters and names. And then they're like, let's tell a unique original story with it. And let's get actors who are going to have a blast putting their all on the line with this. Just really getting into it. I mean, Donald Gleason as Brendan Gleeson, the guy who played Mad Eye Moody in Harry Potter. I think it's Brendan Gleeson.
Yep.
Silverman knocks it out of the park. Truly fantastic villain in this. I mean, every scene he's in, he just eats it up. It is a great watch. It's a good time. But we don't get that from the Disney Corporation anymore. We don't get that from Warner Brothers. I can't believe it. It's crazy that triple Amazon, triple Lord Miller, and that's the leading by example for sure. But it's making everybody else in Hollywood look terrible.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to make a gentle correction on is that I'm not saying that Superman and Batman need to be noir. I think that the reason that I'm focusing on a time shift, though, is because I feel like that's what gets you back to sincere. That's what gets you back to the source. That's what gets you back to before we were all about postmodernism. I'm going to pull a culture casino phrase here and say postmodern neo-Marxism. Let's get back to the American version of this thing.
Yeah, I say we get back to good. Back to good sounds pretty darn good to me. Hey, by the way, guys, we just did a segment where we were totally positive. So to all the boo birds out there who say we're just negativo, no way. We love Project Hail Mary. We love the Michael movie. And gosh darn it, we love Spider Noir. Now, folks, I need to clarify. And yes, and sheep detectives. Folks, I need to clarify something out there. This cup, the wonderful Pro Show cup, which I'm sure we will monetize at some point and let you buy it. People have said, Pro, you look like a tiny baby. You look like a tiny baby with your cup. And I just want you all to know this is a giant cup. I want you all to know how huge this cup is. I mean, look at the size of this. It makes me I look like a little baby hands, little baby head drinking out of it.
It's an optical illusion. It's the opposite of Andre the Giant.
So the reason that it looks like it makes me look like I'm a little tiny baby is because it is a massive coffee cup that can hold 20 ounces and more of beverage, so that even when it's sitting here, you can clearly see the Pro Show logo. Everybody can see it even when it's small. The problem is I never considered this, that when I hold a giant coffee cup up and I take a sip, suddenly I look like exactly a very wee man, Wizard. A very wee man indeed. All right, let's get these super chats before we send you over to the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you. KB Hugs for $1.99. Maybe the vet taser story of May 30th. Lauren, if there's a taser story, we need that. Shocking. And Paul, $12,000 for $5. Isn't that the part of the plot of All of Me being drank to take over one of the characters because her spirit was stored in some water? I don't know. I just think it's funny, the idea that, put me in the Dasanis of those who were unkind at some time. Lauren, what are you doing? You're muted. Your funny little thing that you're planning. I want everybody to know Lauren is planning something. I don't know what it is, but Lauren, look at me for a minute, okay? Just, we can see it all over your face. You are so obvious that you have prepared some sort of thing that you think is just so. Is it Wiz? Do you have something? I agree with you if it's Wiz. What do you got, Lauren?
Oh, no.
I guess we're doing this now.
The mainstream media just can't understand how it is we continue to do what we do. They don't realize that we are powered by you, and you are...
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
Folks, we've still got decades and decades left in the can. It drives the mainstream mad.
Would it make you feel any better if you knew that what we're asking Matt here to do is a holy thing?
You see, we're on a mission from God. We're on a mission from God.
Now you're gonna put me right back in the joint.
They're not gonna catch us. We're on a mission from God.
So, folks, as we always say as we end each and every show here, and we mean it, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Every time they hit him, he stood back up again. So they hit him harder. Still he got back to his feet. Standing man.